What the heck? We're always on rev time, right?
Yeah.
So, what's up, everybody?
Always.
How's it going?
Hey, everybody. Corey's in the house, and so is Joe, Mr. Joe. Hey, Joe. Hey, Corey.
What's up, Joe?
Yes, indeed.
Hey, Joe.
Excited to see what tonight's show will bring. Cool. Yep, rev time. You just got to get used to it. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is when you're on the backside where, me, Charles, and Rob are, whenever we go from start till we actually hit broadcast, nah, it just flies right by. Kind of like the live stream itself. If they were like, all right, we got like 9 minutes. You got 9 minutes. Nope. Next thing you know, it's 9 minutes after. But someone's in the middle of a good story.
And then quarter after. Then. But anyway, you eventually make it.
Well, at least we weren't as late as the Bat and Bear show last night.
No, they were experiencing some behind the scenes difficulties. Not really. It's just we're just BSing.
Oh, no, that's how it always is. You just blame it on like technical difficulties. There's never technical difficulties. It's usually like 2 minutes or something like that. It's just someone has to restart their computer or restart their modem or something.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Freaky.
Hey, Freaky. Yeah, it was a good time though. Like I told them today, I really appreciate them having me on. So I had a good time. So I enjoyed it. So
Yeah, it looked like you were having fun.
I had fun. Yeah.
I didn't get to watch it till this afternoon for, my reasons, but. And I was really surprised. Yeah, 3 hours or pushing 3 hours. Yeah, not common for those guys.
Mm-hmm. That's the power of Tito's.
Absolutely. God bless Tito's.
So if you have any extra peppers and you just want to find what the hell can I do with this pepper? It's a super hot and I want to do something with it. Go down to your local liquor store and pick up a bottle of Tito's if you can for 14, 15 bucks and put that pepper in there and see what it does and start drinking it when it starts changing colors.
Or when the pepper turns white.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. One day the excuse will be, I recharged the brain. I'm in doo-doo. Should that... Oh, excuse me. Should that be soon? Body paint is a bad idea for hot peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't use body paint for hot peppers. Or hot peppers for body paint.
I'm still intrigued by this recharge the brain thing. Like maybe my brain will actually be fully charged at one point then in the future.
It could be.
It's strange. Even on the days that I don't have to get up in the morning, I never sleep more than 6 hours.
Pretty much the same way. I'm pretty much the same way. I mean, until just recently, a few weeks ago, when I went to a friend's house, I didn't have like the dogs around and other things, just kind of like not my normal home environment. That was I slept for like 8 hours. I was like, that's the latest I've slept, which was totally weird because usually you don't sleep as good. I don't know, for me, in a place that you're not familiar with, but sometimes it happens.
Your dogs come and wake you up in the morning, don't they?
Pretty much every day, same time. 5:30, 6 o'clock going to eat.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. Oh, eat. I feed my dog late night. But that's probably where I'm going wrong, man. My dog doesn't wake me up at all. Like, she's just like me. Well, she's sleeping right now. But she's just like me. Like, I'll see your 6 hours, and I'll see your 6 hours, Rob. Let's call it 12 for me.
Yeah. I mean, normally I work at 6:45. So that means I usually got to leave at, I'm not that far away from work. So 6:30 I leave, so 15 minutes early. So I got to be generally an hour before I go do work or do something. I mean, I want to make sure that I'm up and about and eat something and do right now maintaining peppers so I don't kill them or whatever I do before work. And so I'm generally up at 5:30, so they're usually ready to eat at 5:30. So when I get home at around 5:30, so they're ready to eat again. So 12 hours apart. So that's just what they're timed with. I mean, it's one night a week I have to work. So 4 days, and then one night. So they're used to that uh, time period. So they're used to getting up and eating at 5:30 in the morning. They're used to eating when I get home at 5:30 in the evening.
Well, see, Murph would never wake me up because the only thing he'd need would be to go outside, and he'd just walk out of the room into the other room and use the litter box in there, and then just come back. If
Yeah.
I tried to sleep in late, every once in a while he'd like jump up on the bed and crawl or walk right up and just kind of stare at me in the face and until I woke up, and then as soon as my eyes opened, his tail would start wagging and everything else. Like, oh, you're awake actually, that type of stuff. But I never had to feed him because I just left a bowl full all the time, and he'd go by and eat what he wanted when he wanted, and he never really had to go outside unless he wanted to just go outside and
Yeah.
play around.
See, for me, I mean, I have two dogs that don't have a shut off. So they'll eat till their stomach blows up. I mean, that's just how they are. That's just how they're wired. The French bulldogs, they'll eat till everything. Just keep eating, eating like little Pac-Mans. But she doesn't wake me up. It's the shepherd that wakes me up. Because he's the one that's more vocal. The other one is just what doing right now, sleeping on the couch. He's sleeping on the couch right now too, but I'm pretty sure that'll change throughout this live stream. So he'll get vocal and go, "Ooh, ooh," and just start whining right by the bed. It was like, oh crap, I guess I'm getting up. And then generally I just get up if it's too early and feed them, let them out, and then go back to bed for an hour. But of course, that ruins your good sleep because you're always in the middle of an awesome dream or something going on. And you're like, damn it. Now I'm never going to be able to get back there.
The fun things, the fun things.
Yeah. Like tonight, I get to listen to my idiotic neighbors. I don't know what the hell they're doing. So we'll see. Well, this is my fun part of the year when it's spring and summer because, not that they have a big pool. I guess they think they have a big pool, but they just act like idiots in their yard. I mean, just, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be calling them idiots, but I pretty much think they're idiots. So, I mean, I've never really met them because, I mean, we're conjoined, like, as far as a fence line. We have, like, the two biggest yards and, I guess, lots or whatever in this community. So houses are way far apart because both of our yards are about equal. So they're both pretty good size. But still, that doesn't stop them from out there in the patio blasting music, the kids screaming for attention, mommy, mommy, yeah. I mean, just, the parents are in the damn pool or doing whatever the hell they're doing, like not giving them any attention. And they're just like trying for stuff, I think. But they're loud as hell. So it's so much better like in the wintertime or they're on vacation because then they're not outside and not screaming and yelling. It's awesome. But this is the vocal time of year for them. Anyway, I'm just ranting. I know everybody has their friendly neighbors. So.
I get along with my neighbors, and I live in a really quiet area.
Yeah.
Not as quiet as yours, though.
I like all my neighbors. They're cool.
Well, I do too. I'm just saying I've never met them. They're kind of technically, if you look at it, they're another street over. But like I said, since their yards are so big, they run together at the end of the community because they're just, I'm on a cul-de-sac, they're on a cul-de-sac on the other street, but the yards are so big, we kind of run together in a weird shape.
I got
so, they're really not really close to me in a way, but, they just, they can do what they want to do, I guess. Just shut the music off, so I can sleep after 11ish or whatever.
Yeah, I got one neighbor a couple doors down. I mean, he only does it until like maybe 9 o'clock at the most, but he'll play music on speakers out on his deck or turn on like a ball game. Like in the fall, he'll have like football on Sundays and stuff, and it doesn't bother me at all. I love it. Like like you said, make it stop so I can go to sleep. But they don't do it. Like when it's close to like kids going to sleep, they turn it off.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Plus, they're the loudest people in the neighborhood, so I'm not. So that's another
Well, I'm
great.
nowhere near the loudest. So I know that for a fact. I mean, they take the cake, they take the prize on that one. So in this community, they're definitely the loudest.
Hey, Freaky. Yeah, you're only about 11. We started about 11 minutes ago.
Yeah, he was in the chat before.
Freaky says I just got. Oh, okay. Yeah, he was. Duh. Ah, my mistake. All right.
Almost.
Everything else is caught up.
Can Bernie just join us?
Bernie.
What's up, Bernie?
Yeah, sorry, Freaky. I made a mistake. I know what you mean. Charles, our next door neighbors have the dogs out there barking all the time, music blaring, little kids running all over the place, screaming. I can't enjoy our backyard usually. What drives me nuts is that somebody goes out and gets a big dog. And mind you, a dog that's winter hardy, but they lock him in a 6 foot by 10 foot, 6 foot tall kennel out back all day and all night.
Yeah.
And not a Great Dane, but what's another big dog that's
Mastiff.
known for howling? Huh?
Mastiff.
Yeah,
No, not quite that big.
Your turn, Charles.
There's a ton of them. I mean, there's a lot of big dogs. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's about the
is it a
size
short hair
of a greyhound.
Is it a short hair dog?
Yeah.
Oh, hell, I'm drawing a blank. I mean, I know a lot of dogs, but
Yeah, it's about the size of a greyhound or a good sized shepherd. But this dog, middle of the night, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, will just sit there and howl. And
my dad's dog sucked.
It's there. I think she says her house is soundproof, and she never hears the dog.
yeah.
Cops go and knock on the door and say, "We got a complaint from your dog barking." My dog's not barking. As the cop's standing there at the front door, you can hear the dog in the backyard howling.
Yeah.
And I agree. A big dog needs to run around even a small dog for at least 10 to 20 minutes. Yeah, you take a look at Murph. Just going from one side of the house with his little steps is exercise in and of itself.
Unless you're a Great Dane. Great Danes don't do much. You actually need a couch for them because they're a big old couch potato. I mean, that's just a big. I mean, most people that I know that have Great Danes have like a full size bed as a dog bed, and then they have like an extra couch so it could just hang out because it needs its own damn couch. So that's pretty much how they are. Of course, the worst thing is going through your backyard after a Great Dane's done his business. That's just, it looked like a horse went through it.
Yeah, that's one thing about Murph. They're so small, they just go up right in between the blades of grass, and rain comes by, and they're all gone. Great for fertilizing the yard. You can tell where his favorite spots are.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I had a corner of the deck that's all latticed in, so I took 3 out of the 4 remaining. I had one of those dog kennels. I had 3 of the 4 sides, and I just took that over to the side of the house and put up a post and put that starting there, and like where it was all the indentation was, I just kind of like made a out and around kind of thing, and now I have like a whole little dog area.
Yeah.
The only problem is if you, and I had a hot tub out back, but I turned it into an aquaponics, so I had the steps left over. So I knocked out 2 pickets and put the steps there so they could just walk down, and they're bang, they're right out there. The only bad part is you take those 2 steps down and make a right, and that's where a bunch of snakes like to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dog pit bull's already killed a cottonmouth and a black snake, and I think another black snake.
Hmm. Yeah, like I said, fortunately for me, I only saw garter snakes so far this year. But I'm imagining I'll find some other snakes through my adventures of filling containers, and if I ever do get to the bottom of that like gigantic fabric pot, I'm pretty sure there's probably something underneath there.
Yeah, the one weird thing about my dog, she will hunt snakes. So like on the deck, she's always looking around for them, and when she sees them, she'll just go nuts and bark. So every time I hear her going nuts out there, I just grab the pellet gun, go outside, see what we got. But the snake actually, I guess, learned that the dog is ultimately is a predator, because when the dog barks, the snake takes off.
Yeah. Well, that and the snake can also feel all the vibrations and stuff too, I think. Like
Yeah.
if the dog is running towards it or whatever else.
Yeah, I try to walk very lightly on the balls of my feet whenever I walk out there, but just the dog barking, that's enough. Vibrations coming at it.
We get garter snakes and bull snakes here. Up in the northern part of the state, you might find rattlers every once in a while, but not too often.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got those. We got all kind of them.
Yeah, there's a place up in the Paul Bunyan State Forest. It's a good-sized underground cave with a really small opening, and they put a camera on it in the spring. One of the first days that it started getting warm enough for the snakes to come out, they figure a little over 10,000 garter snakes came out of that hole that were all in there hibernating for the winter. That was just ridiculous.
A lot of snakes.
Yeah.
I don't know of anything that is around here that feeds on them. You might get raccoons, I guess, that might, but I don't know. What do skunks eat? Skunks are predators, aren't they?
I think they eat insects and all kinds of stuff.
I think they're like a raccoon, like omnivores, whatever they can get their hands on.
Okay.
I can't remember. I never really cared too much about skunks.
I do when one's already dead and you run over it. Even if you don't have recirculation in on your car, you still get the bomb from that. Oh,
I like that smell.
oh, you go for it, sir.
I don't want to be around it a lot, but when I'm driving down the road and I smell that, I'm like, hey, it's a skunk. I say that because I used to smell it all the time in Pennsylvania. I haven't smelled it since I moved here. Well, I guess maybe like driving home, I would smell it every once in a while, but like we don't have skunks here. Or maybe there are, but they don't get hit on the roads.
I was going down a back highway out in the country and just driving along, 40, I think the speed limit was 50. Just putzing along at 50 miles an hour on a pizza delivery. Skunk comes walking out into the road and stops. And I thought, well, I can either hit it or I can try and go over the top of it. So I tried to go over the top of it. As I went over the top of it, it sprayed the underside of my car.
So it says that
3 days it took for that to go away.
Oh yeah, it's better than getting sprayed by a skunk, like directly. I've been sprayed by a skunk.
Yeah, I got back to the shop from that delivery, and they said, we can't have you driving like that. We'll get a different car. Fine. Go home and grab another car and come back. What were you saying, Charles?
it says during the spring and summer months, when pests are plentiful, they mainly focus on insects like grasshoppers, bees, beetles, beetle larvae, crickets, and other sources like that. During the winter months, they scavenge for fruit, nuts, garden plants, bird seed. They'll even eat mice and other like small rabbit. I mean, whatever they can get on it. Basically, poultry eggs, that type of stuff. So, like in the winter months when things aren't plentiful, they're whatever the hell they can get. And then when spring, summer hits, they like to focus on bugs and stuff.
Scott's in the house. Good evening, Scott.
Hey, Scott, how's it going?
What's up? You just missed nature nature minute with Charles.
Yes. But he's been out in nature. I've seen what he's been doing all day. So Scott's been out in nature all day. So he's been building.
Let's see. Freaky says they must eat foul, smelly stuff to produce the perfume they make. Yeah, no. Let's see. Corey says yes. Freaky, skunk and beaver glands are used for perfumes. Beaver glands are worth more than the pelts, actually. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I think the pelts are only worth like $20. But I have heard that.
I can go out to a friend of mine's farm. It's got a creek that's running through it. Beavers build their huts all down the river and block it up, so open season on beavers all year long.
Oh, they can cause some damage quick.
Yep.
Those things are crazy. Where my dad, his main hunting ground that we would go, there were multiple beaver dams all over the place. Sometimes you'd even have to walk across the beaver dam to get to the other side.
But, yeah, something we don't see frequently anywhere around here.
Yeah, if we have beavers around here, they do their like bank homes where they just dig into the bank kind of thing.
Yeah.
But no, that's it. We mainly have nutria and well, there's otters too. I wonder if I guess they're not sea otters. Heck's the other one? Muskrat.
Okay. Yeah, here, I mean, around here is skunk, possum, squirrel, common rat, mice, nutria. We see some of those occasionally, but not too much.
No, Corey, we didn't need to know that.
What Corey said? Yeah, that's true.
I believe it. I just said we don't need to know that.
Yeah, it's I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I remember it being in bananas, or not bananas, and vanilla flavoring. Thanks, Russ.
Cool. Hey, Russ.
Once again, pepper lovers blasting in my backyard.
That'd be hilarious if like Russ was just messing around about where he lives, and he lives like right there on the other cul-de-sac next to Charles.
Oh, no, I know what my neighbors are watching.
That would be hilarious.
They're watching the Astros game on the patio. I know what they're watching. I mean, I like baseball, but I just don't watch every game.
If you heard Pepper Lovin', you'd be like, who are these guys?
That would be cool. Yeah, if Derek was doing his jam, Pepper Lovin'.
So can I do a shameless plug?
Sure.
Mr. Scott, the spicy rib rub, I had it on pizza tonight. And you're right. Once it's cooked in and mixing with everything else, it is so good. I thought at the beginning that I put a little too much in. And once it got cooked in and everything else, the flavors on it melded so much different that, yeah, this stuff is really good. So I can't say enough about it. It is phenomenal. So thank you, Scott, for sending that. And yeah, really good mix. I really like it.
Yeah, I liked it too. You know what I used it on? Ribs.
Uh,
They made
Kyle's
them
in the
spicy.
house. I'll be perfectly honest with you. The last time I had ribs was about 2003 when my father went to Old Country Buffet when they had the all you can eat ribs days. That was the last time I had a rib.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have them this weekend.
I had them when I worked at the pizza joint. I would trade food with the local barbecue place, and they would trade no matter what we wanted. They'd be like, "Yeah, just give us like a pizza and like some provolone sticks." So I'd be like, I'd give them like a dozen of each kind of wings, and I'd give them like 2 dozen provolone sticks and like a large pizza when they wanted a small, and all kind of stuff like that, man. But they would hook us up, and that was one of my biggest scores, if you want to call it that. Was
Hmm.
I got like half a chicken with beans and slaw, and I got like a half a rack of ribs too. And it didn't cost me anything because I just used the pizza place's dough and stuff and made them a pizza.
Yeah, we used to trade with Dairy Queen and Burger King and McDonald's and this little old bar that was around the corner. Anytime they had have live music, and they would take and treat the bands to pizza after close. So they'd call and order pizzas from us, and 5, 6 large pizzas, and they would basically exchange beer for it. Except I always got a bottle of Jack. So there was one point in time where I had like 9 bottles of Jack sitting in my cupboard because I didn't drink it fast enough. But yeah, once or twice a week, send over 5 pizzas and they send it back 2 cases of beer and a bottle of Jack. Hey, that's a good deal for me.
Yeah. What's up, Kyle? Let me say hello to Kyle. And did you also just trying the spicy salt on things is really good too.
I haven't done that as yet. I was planning to have popcorn later tonight and try it on there. JT said that he tried some of it. I don't know if it was from Scott or not, but he called it fiery salt in
Hmm.
his popcorn. And now he's to the point where he won't eat popcorn without something hot on it.
Yeah.
Russ says, haha, I was going to say at Pizza we would hook up the 7-Eleven next to us so they would sell us sell us miners beer. Oops. Yeah, most of my drivers then at that Domino's were under the age of 21, so I would have to go and deliver the pizzas over and carry the other stuff back. What happened to? I'm sorry, I put it in the back room, and what happened to it after that? Well, I don't know what happened to it. My bottle of Jack is still sitting here.
Right.
Or it was, what bottle of Jack? What?
Yeah, back in the day, I never did it because I just didn't think it was a good practice. But I worked at a big restaurant that had a bar attached to it too. So in the same cooler with all the food and stuff was the beer. And they would take like a lettuce box and we would like, take a couple layers off the lettuce. And we'd go through an entire case of lettuce, whatever that is, like 24 heads or whatever. And it came in like a plastic bag inside a cardboard box, and you just put all that other shit back in there. But there were days we'd do like, I mean, we filled up a 55-gallon trash bin with lettuce cut up for salad every day, just like a little restaurant type thing. But they would take beer and put them inside there and then put all the lettuce extras all over it. So it looked like just lettuce, and they would take it out to the garbage can all by itself and everything. They'd take that case out, hide it behind the dumpster, throw the shit away, and then they'd come back later and grab it and put it into their car. But no, like I said, I never did that because A, I was smart enough to know if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't lose my job. And B, they were paying me enough that I could give it to like the one of the dishwashers who was like 45, and that guy would go buy me a case of beer and put it in the back of my truck for me and not have a problem. But those same guys, they would do the same thing with the lettuce, but they would throw like a dozen porterhouse steaks or like strip steaks or whatever in there. Take it out to their same exact thing. But Nope, didn't do that either. I was like, screw that, man. All I gotta do is like work an hour or two, and I can buy a porterhouse steak. I guess back then 1 hour would have done it. Well, not
But
only that, but I got promoted very quick in that restaurant too, I gotta say. I think it probably had something to do with me not stealing. I don't know. I just want to say.
Yeah.
honesty, best policy.
Well, the way I looked at it was, I mean, I was living at home at the time. I was like, well, they're giving me enough money. I can just pay the dishwasher. He'll go buy me like a bottle of liquor.
Hey, Derek, how's it going?
Hey, Derek.
Well, for me, it was just my conscience. I just can't do any of that stuff. I'm just an honest person, and I can't do that crap. I mean, like I said, when I worked at a sporting goods store, they freaking steal everything under the table through different means, and I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And like I said, I never it never even crossed my mind to even think about doing it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, all you got to do is work so many hours, and then you can use that money to go buy whatever it is you want to steal, and you have it.
Yeah.
So,
Man, if you got employee discount, it made it even cheaper.
True.
That was one thing about working at Best Buy. I never thought about stealing anything from there, because most of the things that I would get had such a huge discount on it for the employee costs that I didn't think anything of it. Like my tripod that I use at the shop, list price on it was like $115. My cost on it was like 32.
Right.
And I'm like, well, why should I try and steal something, lose my job, and risk going to jail when I can pay, a third the cost or a quarter of the cost of it?
Mhm.
Like the little wire connectors that they sell for like $2.99, $3.99. Some of those were 8, 10, 12 cents at the time, employee cost.
Yeah.
I had stacks of that kind of stuff all over the place.
How's it going, Anthony?
I'd like to buy this. Oh, after
Hey,
your
Anthony.
employee discount, it's 8 cents. I would like 12 more of those too, please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my roommate at the time, he got another job, so he was gonna quit and gave a month's notice. So for the month leading up to his last day, he saved every cent he could get. And on his last day, when he punched out, he went shopping. And under his employee discount, he spent just short of $1,500. He had bags and bags of connectors and wires and all that kind of stuff. Hard drive cables, hard drives. Got two or computer cases, motherboards, all this kind of stuff. And it was a full shopping cart plus about half of another one. And yeah, he made out well.
That's cool.
Gotta have some fun. Ah,
What's up, Anthony? Anybody said that yet?
yep, me too.
All right, I'm behind.
Only a little.
Eh,
Ah. So, weather here is cold. It's warm where Charles is about to get cold. It's relatively warm where Red is, but I didn't hear if it's about to get cold.
it's
I don't know if 46 is actually technically cold, but it's just for like 1 or 2 nights. But it just, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's nice here all day. I had the doors open all day. Actually, I woke up and I was like, "Oh man, it's kind of chilly in here because it was cold overnight." And I looked at the thermostat and it was like 66 or yeah, 66. And I'm like, "Oh, that kind of sucks. I should bring it up to like 69." And I hit the button. I walked out here, looked at the thermostat, went back, the thermometer, I mean, outside, went right back and turned the whole system off and just went out back and just opened the door because it was like almost 80 out. So I warmed the house up real quick.
How's it going, Aaron?
What's up, Aaron?
Hey, Aaron.
Oh man, that sucks.
-1 today. No clue what the temp is now.
Right now, I think it's like 65 or something. 60.
Okay, as we all grab our phones and check it up in our weather apps.
It's 70 here. So,
Oh.
like, so we're supposed to go after this front goes through. It's supposed to be like 46 to 48, something like that, for a day or two, and more wind. You know, more wind to tear my plants apart. The ones that I have out there. But they'll come back. I'm sure they'll just, be topped by nature.
It's 17 degrees outside with a wind chill factor of 2. Corey says we are supposed to have some winter precipitate here in Tulsa. I still haven't been able to grow my plants outside yet. Piggy says, darn, no phone. Also, I use Celsius. 17, yeah, I don't know what that is.
Probably like,
what, 10, 12, 13 degrees below zero?
it'd be like 29 degrees. -1 Celsius. 0 would be 32.
Yeah, I was going by 17 my temperature. Because, yeah, it's 32 Fahrenheit is freezing, which is 0 Celsius, which is freezing. And so I'm 17 degrees, so that's 15 degrees below the freezing point, so -12, -13 Celsius. Something like that. I can never get that conversion right. That formula never made sense to me.
I always forget the formula. So it's like something plus 32. It's like I think it's double the number and then add 32 or something like that. I don't know. I've heard it about 15 times in the last like 3 months. I still cannot get that formula down.
When I have one available, I'll look at a thermostat or a thermometer. Yeah, it was strange yesterday. It got up into the low 30s, enough for it to melt, but it was bright sunshine. So I go out, get in my truck, and mind you, sunshine, get in, turn the key on, and the thermometer under the hood said like 78 degrees. No wind, no nothing, just the sun beating down on it. Interior of the truck was nice one too.
Mine's usually, I don't know where the temperature sensor is on my truck, but that thing is usually pretty close to being on. It's usually a little bit under what the temperature is, though.
Mine's mounted right on the vertical support right in front of the radiator.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, maybe mine is too. Is it just like a little plug into like a little plastic piece that just has like a little nipple sticking up?
Yeah, it's about the size of your pinky, and mine, the wire comes down, connects to it, and there's a little metal holder that holds it away from the metal.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it just sits there like that. Russ says, high 70s here, building an outdoor patio toy set for the kids. So many dang screws. Oh, I know, but it's fun. Just think of the satisfaction you'll have when it's done.
Then you'll have another project, and then you'll have more screws.
And mind you, I didn't say anything about the aggravation that you'll have until you get done.
I love projects like that.
Yeah, don't screw it up. Oh, I know. I love putting stuff together like that too.
Yeah, like assembly is a lot of fun for me.
When I was younger, I started getting into heat kits, so building radios and uh, other miscellaneous types of things. Used to have fun doing that.
Yeah. Well, I worked for a rental company, but we had to have a bunch of different things, and one of them was like vacuums, and what was the other one? But there was a couple different things that you have to like put together once you get them, and we just couldn't like drop it off to people and be like, "Here you go." Like, I think there's a screwdriver in the box, so we'd have to put them together. But I mean, we would do that. I mean, they would give us beer after we were done, and we'd like while we're drinking beer, we just sit there and like put those things together and everything. But I can't remember what else there was. But there, I mean, vacuums. I remember that, but that was only like two screws. You'd like put the handle on and like screw it in like two screws, and you'd be done. But oh, no. Oh yeah, yeah. I guess yeah. Sometimes we would get the gas grills, the ones in the box, the ones that weren't assembled, and we'd have to put those things together. And they were kind of a pain, but even that was easy.
Going to throw some darts and drink some Jack for a while now. We'll be back later. Alrighty, Corey. Have fun.
Later, Corey.
Just don't throw the darts at the Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember
Okay,
the last
that's right.
time I played darts.
I was thinking about that this morning too, and I think it was way back in like the um, 80s that I did. An ex-girlfriend of mine and I used to play. I don't know why I was thinking about darts. I was thinking about where we were going to go tonight if we went out. And I was thinking of Lamplighter and the different places in there. And they have like 4 dartboards in there. That's why I was thinking about it. I was thinking, when was the last time I played darts?
I've never actually played darts. My dad had a dartboard, and at one point, I remember I went out and bought actual darts because I realized, like, if you go to Walmart and just go down like the sporting goods aisle, like you'll find garbage darts for like $4. You get like 6 of them. So I did that, and I actually would throw them, but that was the closest I ever played. But I never actually played a game. I don't exactly know how to play. I just know it has something to do with the numbers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
On where you hit it.
Other Rob's in the house says, "What's up, everyone? Sorry, my rev time was running slow tonight."
So was mine.
And with darts, there's multiple different types of games you can play. 301 is the most common, but I don't need to go into the details of how you play. But it's just like cards. You can play dozens of different types of games with cards. Well, you can do that with darts too.
Did you say 3-1 or 31?
301.
So what? That's 301 points, and you're counting down as you're throwing.
Yep. And the object is to get to 0 exactly.
Yeah, yeah. You can't just pop out with a 7 when you need to.
Right. Yeah, you got to hit it exactly, and you keep going until you hit the magic number that does it for you.
No, I need to get a dartboard.
Corey says, bought the fiance a new badass dartboard and darts for her birthday on Monday. Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot about 501 too. Yeah. 501 is basically the same as 301, only more.
Oh, I had jeans.
Huh?
I had some jeans. 501.
Wow, I forgot about them. Man, it was like on every commercial back in the day.
Yeah.
301 and cricket is what we usually play here. I don't know cricket on a dartboard. I know what double in and double out is, and 301 and 501. And the one where you count up and the one where you count down.
I think that I know what they're talking about. One side's a dartboard, but you flip it over, and the other side is like sometimes a novelty side. my dad had one that was like a baseball diamond, and it was like some baseball game that you would be able to play with darts. Maybe that's what he's talking about. So instead of baseball, it's like cricket.
Yeah, they're actually thinking about opening a. I know has nothing to do with darts, but they're actually thinking about making a cricket facility not too far down here. I guess maybe I'm behind in the times, and cricket is popular. I don't know, but it's supposed to be multiple acres of a cricket facility. So
My entire life, they've been trying to tell me about how excited I am about soccer, and like, they call it football across the pond. But
mhm.
my entire life, I remember them telling me about how great the soccer match of the year and all this stuff, and they'd like hype it all up, and nobody would watch it. Like America was just like, no, we're not buying your football. We got a football over here already.
Right.
But even lately, like my last boss, he was like, "Oh, blah 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 about this new football game or soccer game," and I'm like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Oh man, soccer's like gonna be the next biggest thing," and I'm like, "No, America's been saying no about that for a long time."
It's pretty damn popular though.
Oh yeah, in other countries, absolutely.
I'm talking about getting here. I mean, it's getting really popular here. I
Hey,
mean,
Jillian.
you can go and see. Look at the people who go crazy over the World Cup book with stickers for soccer. They go nuts over that crap, trying to get that book and fill with all the little sticker packs and all this other stuff. There's people. I mean, they have a large following for soccer here. I mean, it is pretty damn popular.
And I'm going to agree with you, Charles, because there's this one bar that I go into, and if there's a soccer game on, it's on every TV in the place, and they've got like 60, 55-inch TVs in the place,
Yeah,
and it's on every one of them.
right.
Figgy says, to me, the round ball sport bigger than gold called soccer, rugby, and football, they are all the same. I'm told no, they are different.
But I mean, for me here, I mean, I mean, of course, we don't have a team, but if I'm going to watch a team go back and forth in an arena or whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it, I'd rather watch hockey. If it's going to be 1 or 2 to nothing for a whole game, I'd rather watch hockey than soccer. That's just me. If we're going to go back and forth and the total score is 1 to nothing or 2 to nothing or 2 to 1 or real low scoring, I'd rather watch hockey than soccer. That's just me. That's just my opinion. So.
Cricket says, the only thing I know about cricket is the baseball bat is flat. I don't even know what they call that thing, but yeah, flat. We named our son Xavi after a Spanish soccer player from Barcelona. Cool. Nashville Predators. Okay. When I was younger, I played soccer for 2 years, and I enjoyed playing that a whole lot more than I enjoyed playing baseball. Baseball just seems so boring. Sit there and wait until you're up to bat, and either you're out or you run back to the base. Or I was center fielder.
Well, I mean, for me, for baseball, I mean, this is what I like. I like baseball, but I don't necessarily like to watch baseball on TV. I like to watch baseball at the actual field that it's played on. It's just a lot better experience than watching it on TV, and that's just me. I mean, I like to watch, I guess, towards the end when it like gets to the playoffs and stuff. But I mean, there's so many games in a baseball season. I mean, it's just like, I'm not going to follow every game. But like I said, I'm not a big fan of, I am a fan, but I'm just not one that goes overboard on sports where I got to watch it. I mean, that's my thing. I enjoy watching them. I'm behind the teams that, I support, but I'm just not one that is like every game or whatever it might be.
Yep. Hey, BD. There's a major difference between going to an actual game in person versus watching it on the floor or
Yeah,
watching it on the TV. You know, you get all the excitement and the energy of the crowds and everything else that just lights you up. And that is fun.
yeah,
Sitting watching it on the TV, I can take it or leave it.
yeah. See, now my team landed last year is a good thing, but then it's a bad thing. So they had to go and win the World Series. So now the prices of a game, instead of me going and enjoying it for 25, $30, it's like $100 minimum now because everybody wants to go to the games. And that's what they decided to go with the, since they have the world champion title and everything going now, it's like so outrageous. I mean, it's outrageous before, just at $35 at where you actually got to sit. And then you had, when got a couple beers, you got whatever you want to do. Hell, you're spending tons and tons of money. It's like a pro football game. Okay, even preseason. I mean, you're looking at 110 to $150 for okay ticket, I guess. And then you got to figure in parking if you do decide to park, unless you take the rail here and go from like downtown into the arena. I mean the complex or whatever. And then it's like you add all the food and everything else. I mean, you're spending $200 a person minimum. And if you take someone with you or whatever it might be, hell, it's double. So it's just too costly for me to go and to a lot of these games.
Julian says, I remember in El Paso Elementary, we would play soccer during recess. The whole school playing one game of soccer. Haha. Like 100 kids kicking up the dust.
Yeah, I used to play soccer for like I think 6 years.
Whereas basketball is still affordable.
The Rockets aren't. I can guarantee you the Rockets are not affordable.
Yeah,
So we have,
I have nothing against soccer, but okay. Here's the only thing. Maybe I do. Here's the only thing that I have against soccer. It's they play on too big of a field, and I get that's half of the whole game of being able to run back and forth down that field and everything, but make it smaller. I mean, it's just so big. Like you said, it's like 1-0 at the end of the game. You're like, woo! I just wasted an hour.
it's more than an hour.
Yeah, but that's why I like hockey too.
Yeah, I like hockey and
It's kind of like soccer, but it's with a stick, but
yeah,
it's a lot smaller and it's on ice.
yeah. I like roller derby.
Yeah, that one's cool too.
I haven't seen a roller derby match in a long time.
I think the '80s was the last time I saw it.
Yeah, that seems about right.
I think they still got a bunch of groups going on here and some small sporting venues. They do roller derbies on the weekend.
Yeah, I think a comedian that I've heard of used to do roller derby in like the '90s. I think Eleanor Kerrigan did that. I know she was a wrestler. She is Andrew Dice Clay's ex-wife, and if you check her out, like at the End of the World podcast, absolutely beautiful. Like if she told you she was a wrestler, you'd be like, "What? Nah."
But that's just like who's the, if you ever watch American Pickers, the girl who's with them, uh,
Wait. Oh, the chick with the tattoos?
yeah, she was a
Oh my
roller
god,
derby.
I know about a reality show. This is crazy.
I think she was a roller derby person.
That
Pretty
is
sure,
so funny.
Danielle. That's what her name was, Danielle. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure she was a roller derby person.
When the goalies kick the ball from goal to goal, I'm not a huge fan. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why the fields are so big is because you can quite literally kick the ball all the way across it with the size that they're in.
Yeah. Well,
We did that one time during one of our games. He went to just kick it as far down as he could, and it ended up bouncing again, and going through the goal. The goalie fired the winning goal, or kicked the winning goal of the game.
yeah, I've seen a bunch of those videos. Yeah, but I don't know that. Well, if you take that giant field and you make it smaller, like hockey, I mean, well, just think about hockey. Those guys can zing that puck like, over 100 mile an hour.
Huh?
Sure.
So it would just turn it on a different scale. Do the same thing. Have like net, glass up and, like a net over the top, kind of like they have for like indoor soccer. Yeah, I played that too.
And then going back to your video today, Rev, the pepper that is used was a Bohemian goat.
Gotcha.
I probably should have wrote that down and put it in a note in the box.
Well, I probably should have asked you, but I kept forgetting, and then it was like, man, I got enough time to make this video, even if I go a little long on it, and edit it before the Bat and Bear show. And it turns out I was wrong. I had enough time until about 22 minutes after, or 23 minutes after the Bat and Bear show was supposed to start. But they started at like 20 after, so I only missed like 3 minutes.
That's cool. Yeah, Julian saying arena soccer. Yeah, like I said, that where they have arena soccer here, that's where they do the roller derby as well. It's like split, different offsets or whatever. They do arena soccer half the time and roller derby the other half.
Nice. Yeah, I used to play that. And then the local skating rink that we had for like the longest time went out of business, and some like fitness place bought them out. And man, I totally forgot where I was going with that story. Oh, yeah. So they bought them out, and then it became like a fitness type place, but they turned the skating rink into like astroturf, like a soccer field, and actually would put on soccer matches and stuff. And my buddy worked for a Greek restaurant, and they were really big. Like they were all immigrants. Like they were all born in Greece and like, up like all schooled and everything, and then moved across. Like that kind of thing. And they were all like mid 20s. And they challenged like a bunch of us guys, like my buddy, he was like the biggest smoker that we knew. And then my other buddy, he was the biggest stoner that everybody knew. And like, so we had like this, and me, we just had this rough crew, and like all these awesome, like one guy actually was going to be in the World Cup somehow or whatever. I don't know, some big soccer match, but he was like a backup guy. It's not like he was like a really good guy. So he was in the game. Like he was just a backup, sit on the bench. Like, I hope somebody breaks their leg so I can play kind of guy. But he was on the opposite team. And so like all of us, like, screw ups. Yeah, well, we beat them. I forget, it was like 3 or 4 to 2 or something like that. Like we we pretty much schooled them. It was the funniest thing ever. They never thought that would happen. I like to believe it was their cockiness that led to their demise.
Overconfidence can get you in the end.
Well, the funny thing was my buddy that smoked like 2 packs a day, he ended up like squaring off against this guy that was supposed to be in this big, prestigious game for soccer. And my buddy kept stealing the ball off of him. And I'm like, this guy kind of sucks, man. Like, he is not this great guy everybody's talking about. He might be a backup, but. I'm not saying he sucked, but.
He wasn't the fastest player on the team.
No.
He definitely wasn't, because my buddy was outrunning him too.
Ooh.
And yeah, Julian, I was a high score, but it was also like indoor arena type soccer. It was a much smaller field, and it had walls, so you didn't have a lot of out of bounds. Or wait, no, they had marks on there. We did have out of bounds. That's right, but that made it smaller. If I remember correctly, the out of bounds was only about this big. So if like half the ball went across that line, it was out of bounds. But it was much easier to retrieve because it bounced off the wall and then you could just grab it.
Oh. Okay, that was a mistake. Just peppered myself.
Yeah, don't do that, sir.
How'd you do that?
I was handling the pepper powder bag, and I haven't washed my hands since I was handling it, and just rubbed my eyes.
As much as that sucks, it feels so awesome. Like
When it's
a
done.
minute or two after.
Yeah, when it's done.
I don't know if that's just like I've done that so many times that I'm like, I don't feel better after effect, or if it actually does feel kind of good in the moment.
I'll be back in a moment.
That has definitely happened to me way too many times.
Me too.
I could go count up all the pepper reviews I did because I guarantee that's the beginning number right there. And Julian's asking for Rob to hit up on some of that spice.
That's really good.
Yeah, we both did the quest, Monday?
Well, I have some of that spice rub.
What, the Laquesta?
No, what Rob has from Scott.
Oh.
I didn't use it all. Probably this weekend I will. But yeah.
I don't know if they have it still. I haven't looked for it for a while, but that Allegheny City Farms barbecue rub that they've got is pretty amazing on, guess what?
For me, BD, I paid almost for 3 yards delivered. I think it was 170 something. I think it was delivered for me for that cost. That's what I paid. So let's see, what did you say? Family business does $10 a yard, but $80 for 3 yards, and it's delivered. No, that's pretty good. If it's good compost soil, that's a good deal then.
3 yards is a lot of material.
Yeah, it is.
That's like 3 things that are 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet.
Like I said, I mean, the amount I have filled a 500-gallon pot. It filled all my front flower bed. Actually gave some to the neighbors. I filled a raised bed that I use for my dogs to dig in. I filled a raised fabric bed that I have in the backyard I'm going to use for peas and stuff. I filled an additional 65-gallon fabric pot I'm using for the Dorset Naga, and I think that's it. So it's a hell of a lot of soil or compost. I mean, it's a lot.
And you would be correct, Rob.
Yeah, that is true. No. Oh, Sam's great on chicken. Yeah, I think he kind of handed her off for that.
Yeah, I think 3 yards. I think if I get 3 yards of crush and run, I'd have a driveway.
Yeah.
which I don't need that much, but I do need to raise it probably, I don't know, was that 16 inches at certain areas?
And I can almost guarantee you they're going to give you more because I know they gave
Yeah.
you more than. I mean, it's more. They just kind of generalize what they're going to give you. They throw in a little bit more. I mean, it depends on the place, but for me, I got a discount because I mentioned one of the other YouTube channels, and like I said, for me, fortunately, it was that yard that had all the soils and compost was in my area. Well, within 20 miles. So good old John from GrowYourGreens.com helped me out with 15 or 20% discount just because I mentioned I watched his YouTube channel and I saw the facility and the compost and stuff. So help
Nice.
me out.
Hey, good old John Kohler. GrowingYourGreens.com, which I don't
Yep.
know if that's an actual website now, but back in the day, I would click on it. I'd go to like growingyourgreens.com and it would just pop up on his YouTube channel.
And then, BD, that's something you would want to do because, if you don't get it delivered, you want to make sure you have a trailer or whatever because some trucks won't work because the way that some of the yards work, the way that they dump it in there, they can't dump it into a truck like that. They got to do it some other way. So if you have like just a regular Ford F-150 or whatever it is, sometimes they told us, I went with the truck at first, and that wasn't going to fly because the way they had the loader. Um, that's why I got it delivered. Plus, it's better anyway. Because, like I said, the only bad thing is I had to make multiple trips from my driveway to my backyard. That was a lot of shoveling, but I'm still shoveling, and I'm getting nowhere.
Yeah, I was gonna redoing the driveway. I was just gonna take I have a 5x10 trailer with actually it's got like I don't know. I guess that's like no, I guess it has yeah, I guess 24-inch sides or something like that. But I was just gonna take that. They load it up with a Bobcat, pop it right in there, and pull in the driveway, and then just use a rake and just pull it off. As I
Yeah,
pull off enough of it, just like pull the truck forward like half a foot, rake off more.
yeah. But
Yeah,
always oh, sorry.
I was gonna say when I bring compost in for the backyard, I'll go down to the compost site and they'll use the conveyor to dump it in the truck. So I drive out and I can drive right into the backyard and like you said, Rev, just shovel it right out the back end, move the truck forward a little, shovel it out, and it's just easy enough to shove a spade in, pull it back out, acts like a rake. And I just heard an explosion, sounded like a cannon went off.
Hmm.
We have 4 cannons here in town that they shoot off for special events, but there's no events going on tonight that I know of, and it sounded like one went off. So no clue what that was.
So, but it was a cannon, you think? So, did we go back in time? We're going back to like the olden days and stuff, or what?
I don't know. Like I say, there's 4 Civil War cannons here in town.
Oh, it's the ghost.
Yeah, but it echoed. It went boom, 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 boom. You could hear it echoing off. So not sure what it was, but it was awfully loud.
Hmm.
During Herman days, they shoot the cannons off across the street and down half a block. So I can sit right on my front step and watch them actually shoot them in my direction.
Yeah, we have cannons around here, but they are on ships that are down like 4 towns down. They've got like I think it's a replica of like I think it's the Queen Mary. I think the original Queen Mary, like the wooden boat. And my buddy lived right across the like it was on one side of this waterway, and the marina was on the other side. He lived on a boat, and I forget it was like 32-foot catamaran or something like that, and he lived on the thing. And I went over to his house. I was visiting, and like right in the middle of the day, you just hear boom because people are taking a tour of the boat, and they just like, shoot off the cannon. It was the craziest thing. I'm like, what the heck is that, man? He's like, oh yeah, it happens all the time.
The Pepper Queen's in the house.
Also, Chris too. So hi, Chris and Susan.
What's up, Chris? What's up, Susan?
Oh, hey, Chris. Sorry. I'm slipping today. Gotta excuse me. I'm sorry. So I did something kind of strange yesterday. I just wanted to see what these were like. I don't know if you can read that.
Ass kicking habanero honey.
Yep, habanero and honey peanuts.
Have you tried them yet?
No.
Oh, the taste test. And
I think I want to do it on camera, but
you're on camera.
I meant as in a video. I know we're in a video, but you know what I mean. But I saw those sitting there, and this wasn't what I was looking for. I was looking for the ass-kicking ghost pepper ones. But the bottles that I normally get, they were out of. But they had these. Ghost pepper and honey peanuts.
Make your ass hot.
Yeah, kick your ass hot. But I haven't tried those yet either. So do you think that would make for an interesting video, or should I pass on it? And I'm asking the whole panel.
You're going to know what my answer is.
Oh, yeah, every single time. Do it.
Do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't even know why that's a question.
Well, I didn't know if anybody would want to see something that was, I don't know if these are like mass produced all over the place or what, but.
Well, that's why I want to see it. Because I want to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I say to everybody about everything. Just record it. Worst case scenario, you delete it and nobody ever sees it.
That much is true. I don't see a manufacturer's location here.
Okay, Julian wants you to add some Crimson Blaze to that.
There's only one problem with that, Julian. I don't have any Crimson Blaze.
Maybe you meant LaQuesta.
LaQuesta I have.
Or Twisted Sunrise.
I have that and Twisted Sunrise and King Spice and Nate's Rush from Dave, and then the Spicy Rib Rub from Scott, the Spicy Salt from Scott, the LaQuesta right here, the hot one from other Rob, Mr. Bloomberg himself. I'm sorry, Mr. Blumberg himself. Sorry, I mispronounced your name.
Are those peanuts a local product, Rob?
I'm still looking. Oh, Goodyear, Arizona is where they're made.
Okay, that's cool.
Got a 12-ounce can. I figure if nothing else, I can bring them into the shop and share them. But I thought those might make for a kind of a unique type video. But I've got well, I shouldn't say I've got, but I'm going to be doing the 3 videos for the other 3 jams that I received from Scott. And then I should do one for the rib rub, but it was so good. I thought, like I said, I thought I put too much on my pizza tonight, and oh man, yeah,
And I'm
just good.
I'm guessing you got a powder from Blumberg too, right?
Yeah, I haven't tried that one yet. From what I hear from Mr. Blumberg is his are usually pretty darn warm, especially the way your guys were talking about Alex putting that packet into the Death Krispies with how hot it was. But yeah.
You ate his chocolates. That's all I gotta say. That's where I look at it. Just try that. Try Rob's chocolates. So I mean,
No.
that's it. Oh no, I'm just saying. That's it. You'll find that they're rather warm.
Um, you're very much understating the obvious. Remember, you were showing me how they tasted.
They're hot. They're hot as hell. He ain't gonna deny that either. Rob
Nope.
knows they are. That's what he likes. He didn't make it for me. He didn't make it for anybody who he sent it to. He made it for himself, and that's how he likes it. And they're hot as hell.
The other Rob says, "It's not that bad. Do it." Speaking of Scott, how's the jam? If that's the question to me, I haven't tried the new ones yet. I'm going to do that over the weekend. I plan to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7, 8 videos if I want to do all the testing ones. Oh, by the way, Charles, I finished off that bag of Doritos in record time. Those things are really good.
They are. They're like I said. That is. If you have access to Tapatio hot sauce Doritos, that is the best Dorito there is, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, it's not the hottest, but the flavor on it is awesome. I mean, that is a damn good Dorito. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And then to me, the Flamas comes to close second. If you have the Flamas, but
other app says it's called hot chocolate for a reason. To me, if it's going to be spicy chocolate, it better be spicy. Yep. He says it's not that bad. Do it. Yeah, they are warm. Okay, so Scott's saying, yeah, they are warm. So that's Scott. That means that these jams are hotter than the other ones. So go a little light on them at first until I find out.
Nah, just go heavy. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I knew you'd say something like that. I can always expect a vote of encouragement like that, right?
I don't know why that's even a question. You just go hard.
Yeah. Yeah, Julian came and watched my Minecraft stream the other night. That's pretty cool.
yep.
Oh, the chocolates. Okay. Yeah, I don't need to try other Rob's chocolates. His idea of nice and spicy is my idea of burn my face off.
Yeah.
We know your heat tolerance is a whole lot higher than mine. Although mine's going up.
Oh, so he was referring to the hot. Yeah, Scott knows.
Yeah.
He knows those chocolates. I mean, like I said, I still have a couple pieces left, and I'm doing like Rob suggested, just munch on them here and there. They're not meant to like eat the whole cube or the chunk at once. I did on the live streams, but that's not really what he intended for.
That's like how to cure yourself of, being addicted to chocolate.
Sure. Well, fortunately, I'm not addicted to chocolate. I mean, it's not my. I mean, I like chocolate, but it's not like something I have to have.
And on the other side of the coin too, if you're addicted to chocolate and you try a hot chocolate, and you really love it, that could increase that addiction.
This is true.
I don't eat all that much chocolate though.
Yeah. I'm a cookie person. I like cookies, even though it does have chocolate in it. I love chocolate chip cookies. Gotta love chocolate chip cookies. And snickerdoodles.
Yeah, I'm not big on chocolate chip cookies, but you have a fresh batch come out of the oven right now. Like, yeah, I'm gonna eat at least one of those things.
Well, those chocolate chip cookies that Batman sent me that were spiced up. I never thought I would like a spiced cookie, but oh, those things were really good too. They weren't overpowering, but you just got that nice little bit of heat going on with the sweet. Add in the chocolate with it. Oh yeah, that was good stuff. I rather.
They look really good.
But ask if you can habanero honey peanuts.
They look good. I'm looking forward to see what you think about them. I mean, I'd like to see you dive in on them right now. You know, for all that don't actually, maybe look at the live stream and, you could save that as like a split. You have, people who do both. We'll watch it again.
The funny thing
I
is,
see your point.
The funny thing is, he's totally right.
Yeah, like I say, I completely see your point. But I when it's on the videos, I like to do my first initial reaction, so it's a natural reaction, not one that, oh, well, I'm just going to eat this, and I know what it's going to do, but I'm going to eat it anyway. That type of thing. I know how the flavor is, that type of stuff.
Well, see, I know how to set up the video already. So you go and you do the video, eat whatever. If you don't like that reaction, you go and insert the piece from the live stream in there, and then go and like insert that into your clip. And he goes, "This is," or do it as a extra reel, or not a blooper reel per se, but just an extra. Like, now this is how I really reacted the first time. This is the video now of me doing my initial reaction here, even though it's not my initial reaction. But wait and stay tuned for the clips that were my initial reaction.
Or you could just do like Chad did and just set up another camera and just talk into that and actually do it live, but you're not actually live because you're making a video kind of thing.
That's true. Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. There's only one problem with the guys coming to get me tonight and going out tonight. I don't think I want to have it before I go out, just in case I react badly to them.
Okay. Well, we'll wait then. That'll be another day.
And speaking of those guys, they should be here by now. So, are you guys going to take and run the show till midnight, 1, 2 o'clock?
Who knows?
Depends on what kind of role you get on, right?
Yep. Go where the chat leads us.
Ah. Hashtag late night live stream. Hey, Jared.
Hey, Jared, how's it going? Yeah, who knows? I mean, I guess me or Rev haven't been drinking yet, so I guess we could always start drinking and see where it goes from there. It seems, I don't really condone just like, randomly just throwing that in there, but lately these live streams have gotten a little bit more lively once people start drinking.
No,
I know,
seriously.
Oh.
Jared is resting his liver. I think he said after the craft beer festival. I don't know if that time span is over already.
Oh, no, yeah, it's over.
Oh, it's over. Okay. He gave his liver a rest.
Going great. Going good. Got home late, work tonight, relaxing with a Jack and Coke.
So, have you heard from if Derek made his hot vodka yet?
No. Maybe he'll comment in the chat here.
Aren't alive.
We just got back from trying a new Mexican restaurant at Calabasas. Cool.
Hmm.
Corey says, Jared, same here. Jack and Coke for all. Well, mine's a Pepsi and vodka, but that's beside the point.
I don't have anything in front of me.
I got boring water.
Pepsi and vodka mix. But it's sitting over there. This is what I'm drinking, which is just straight Pepsi.
Oh. I didn't know if that was your travel bottle or not.
Travel bottle. I just gotta run to the store real quick, so grab my travel bottle.
Well, I do carry it around with me all the time, but it just has Pepsi in it or water. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my weird things that I do now. Since I've got that bottled water cooler dealy over there, I always just keep a random bottle of water sitting around. I fill it up, and before I go to sleep, I put it in the fridge. And when I wake up, it just follows me, goes with me everywhere, all day, wherever I go.
Mm-hmm. Russ says, got my beer here. Other Rob says, mine is actually Jack and Diet Pepsi. Nate's Corey like Jameson and ginger ale too, or ginger beer is really good too with whiskey, with any whiskey. Cool.
Ah, man,
Nate
that
buy
totally
beer. Hmm?
ginger ale, but that just reminded me, like, I haven't had ginger ale in a long time.
You know what I'm hooked on is the new Canada Dry Ginger Ale Lemonade. Oh, God, that is good. I mean, that's just me, but I like their flavored ginger ales. So they have like a berry, they have a cranberry, like a mixed berry, a cranberry, the one with lemonade. It's all pretty good.
I haven't tried any of the mixes, but I think it's Seagram's is the one I like. Check
Okay.
it out.
Yeah, well, he went and get blades of grass, and it looks like he's like a bird trying to make a nest. Then he's eating on it, and I don't know what the hell this dog's doing. He's got a mind of his own. He's right now. He's on. You know, I have these uh, cots beds. You know, elevated beds that have that. I forget what type of material they're called. Aussie, some kind of cool, some kind of cool bed or something. I don't know, but they're elevated. So he's rolling around, fussing at the blades of grass, and doing all kinds of stuff. I don't know. Being very creative.
Other Rob is saying, and pepper vodka that I've been ripping through. I want to know, how did you make your pepper vodka? Never seen that before, Charles. I like the flavored ones. Have a good try it out.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'm gonna go get a beer anyway. Hell with it. Everybody's drinking and shit. So it's Friday night. It's been a crappy week. So hell with it. Hold on.
Go for it. Jared says, I like car bombs, a shot of Jameson dropped in a glass of Guinness with a shot of Bailey's floating on top.
Yeah, I've had that before.
I'm
Very
going
first
to.
time I ever had that was we went to my my boss turned 50 and he's a big alcoholic. So they like rented out an entire restaurant and everything was free. Like there was no cost for anything. And it was just whatever you want to drink all night long. We drank them out of Budweiser, then we drank them out of Corona, we drank them out of like all this different stuff, and it was down to like what can you do? And that was my very first Irish car bomb, and I did like 4 that night.
So this is what the ginger ale looks like.
Oh, sweet! So it's ginger ale and lemonade. I thought it was like ginger ale with like a ginger ale style of lemonade.
No, it's ginger ale with lemonade.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
We'll go with this one today.
Oh, horny toad.
So, Rob, what kind of peppers are those? I can't tell by the color, but they sure do look awfully pale. So they've been in there for a while, I take it. I would imagine that's nice and hot. On Scott sent a picture of what he built today. That looks cool, Scott.
Yep, I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yep.
Now you're going to fill that whole area up with the peppers, I would imagine? Of course. I know, stupid question. I retract it. Oops. I moved the screen back. Okay. Let's see. Show the pic on the screen, Rob. I sent it to you. It's a 7-pot bubble gum in 100 proof vodka. Cool.
Oh, crap. Now I see why Corey was saying nice choice. I was like, crap, I looked in the back. It's like made in Oklahoma City. I'm like, oh, like, damn, I picked one that's near where he's at. But yeah, it's a good beer. The Horny Toad from Coop Elworth.
Corey says, nice choice, Charles. Those are good. Jared, yep, same problem here. Irish pub, but they are too expensive. And yes, sir.
What are you?
He wants some attention.
Attention? No, he's being a snoot. You're gonna wind up breaking something. This dog gets plenty of attention. Believe me, he's got a lot of attention throughout the day. I know he's like maybe not directed exactly towards him for 3 hours Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but he gets a lot of attention.
Corey says, yep, it's one of our local beers.
Well, it's good. It's the first time I've ever had it. So I just keep adding to the list. So I'll never stop.
Oh, you've probably never heard of Shields beer, right? It's a microbrewery that's here in town.
I don't think I've had it now.
It's really big around here. All the bars and liquor stores and everything else have it, but you get more than 50 miles away and people are like, huh, what's that?
Well, I'll try anything new that's in that, what I like. Of course, not IPA. I'm just not an IPA person, but other than that, I'll try it.
I don't even know if I ever tried an IPA.
You'll know. If it's
the kind where like it's like that weird, like I guess they would call it like a deep and rich flavor or whatever, but it just kind of
bitter as hell.
Yeah, it's like kind of like cough syrup or something.
Yes.
Okay, maybe I have tried them.
I don't know. It's just not for me. Batman seems to like it. I know Jared. I think he likes IPAs. It's just not my thing. But you know what I like? Like I was talking to Jared the other day. I mean, I like sours and Berliner Weiss and all that other stuff. That's not everybody's cup of tea either. The berry ales, fruit ales, whatever it is. I mean, I like those. So it just, everybody has a different preference. Because most of my friends hate the sours. I mean, they absolutely hate. So they're like, "Oh, he's the only one in the group that likes the sours."
Sorry. Let's see.
Yes, I've had that. Jared.
And Jared said, my dog is being a D-bag right now. He just knocked my tablet out of my hand and tried to get my dinner.
Jeez. I would not be putting up with that kind of attitude.
Yeah, I had the Firestone Walker at Flying Saucers. So that's a place I go to because they usually have 86 on tap and 114 in bottles. So they keep a menu of 200.
Yeah, Corey, and same with Oklahoma, but that's everywhere with all these microbreweries and stuff. And coming soon, the JT Bear Mead will be on your shelves very soon.
Yeah, I'm really behind on JT stuff. I really need to watch that. I've seen the clips, but that's on my list. Maybe after. Well, I can't say after this show because if Rob leaves, God knows where we're going to go from there. So I don't know how long the live stream might be. I mean, I think one time it was 4 hours and 17 minutes or something, or I don't know. Rob, he went out, partied on the town, had a good buzz going, came back, and then we're still going. So yeah, who knows?
And mind you, I don't drive.
That's true.
Of course not. Even if your friends weren't coming, we would say you got an Uber.
Well, that's the only reason I agree to do this is because they come and get me, and one of them is designated driver that doesn't drink at all, which is just fine with him. So
yeah, it's the best kind. That's my dad. He doesn't like to drink. So every time we're going to do some family thing, me and my mom are like, heck yeah.
I'm actually surprised they're not here already.
And that sounds familiar, Jared. I mean, for me, to be honest, I would have to swipe my card and look through my records at Flying Saucer on what I tried. I mean, because I can honestly, I don't remember every beer I've ever had. So I can't remember every one, but I know generally that if I tried a brewery or whatever it might have been.
That comment just totally threw me for a loop, Jared. They have a stupid good IPA called Luponic Distortion, which is a revolving hop series. When I first read it, I thought you wrote revolting. I was like, ooh, stay away from that one. But revolving?
Revolving, yep.
I never heard of that term. A revolving hop series.
Must mean that it changes different brands of hops. I don't know. I don't know nothing about beer here.
All right. Well, you're confused too, so I don't feel so bad.
I mean, there's a lot of craft breweries have series that they revolve and just keep going around and bring back these different series.
Gotcha. That's how far out of the loop I am. I'm like, what? It's got like an American name on the title? Yeah, grab it.
So when you get into these IPAs and microbrews and ales and everything else, are there any of them that don't taste like a regular beer does? Oh, I hate the taste of regular beer.
Plenty. There's plenty of beers. I mean, because they actually taste great. They don't taste with a bunch of. I mean, most of these beers that you get They taste. I mean, they're just like taste like to me like water. They have no freaking flavor or nothing. I mean, they're just like nothing. There's no flavor, nothing to them. And you go and get to these craft brews, they go and start adding different things, components into it, just like how people do their sauces. Like I was saying on the Bat and Bear show, I think I was saying that last night. It just, they throw their everything into the mix, and it's different than the standard thing that they throw at you at the with the regular beers. Because I mean, like Miller Lite, Bud Light, all that stuff that everybody drinks, you might as well be just drinking water. I mean, that's pretty much what it tastes like.
Yeah, I don't go for that kind of beer. I don't like anything light. If I'm gonna drink anything, I want like whatever full strength is. Like if it's Budweiser, give me Budweiser. If it's Coors, give me Coors. I don't want Coors Light or Bud Light or Michelob Light or Ultra or whatever the heck that stuff is. Like you said, you might as well be drinking water.
Oh yeah, it's totally. I mean, then like I said, you're gonna get in a normal beer, you're gonna get 4.3% alcohol. That's a normal Bud Light, whatever it is. Some of the ones I go up to, like when I went to like Avery, Colorado, I think they had a Diablo series or whatever. Oh, they were up to like 15%. That's what the alcohol content is. I mean, I would have to send you pictures, or I would have to show pictures. But when I was 2 years ago at the Lagunitas Beer Circus in Chicago, drinking high Western filled Russian Imperial Stout, coffee stout, barrel aged at 14.3% alcohol, and I had 14. Yes, I was like, yeah, I was totally gone. But man, I had a hell of a time from what everybody told me.
From what everybody told me.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know all these pictures existed, but apparently I had Lagunitas, Pale Ales, and everything in cans since I was VIP. I just went in there and got the Pale Ales from the cooler, and I had them in my cargo shorts. And anybody asked me, I'm like, damn, this line's long. I'm like, you want a beer? And I was just passing out beers to everybody because I just went into the VIP section real quick, opened the cooler and got more, and then went out to the regular line. And everybody who wasn't VIP, I was just like passing out beers and all kinds of crap. So yeah, I had a good time at that event. And if you've never been to, I mean, I know Lagunitas is no longer quote unquote like craft. There's just like a lot of others that have been bought by Budweiser and everybody who's to get their distribution up and doing different things for them. Like here locally, like Carbach, they recently turned and Budweiser bought them. I believe Lagunitas got bought by Budweiser. So depends on how you go about things. How you look at it. You could be a super beer snob, which I kind of am. So it's you have a different view on how to react to some microbrew or craft brew, and then they get bought out by a big corporation. Like, oh man, why did they do that? We understand why, because you get different packaging. You get your product all over everywhere. But I don't know, it's hard. But yeah, the Lagunitas. If you ever go to Chicago, I'm pretty sure Jared said he's near the one in California. Yeah, Willy Wonka, the world of pure imagination, playing all throughout the halls in this big, gigantic factory. And you're looking through all these windows, and instead of looking at candy like Willy Wonka, you're looking at all the beer, just getting all on the stages of wherever. It's just trippy as hell. But it was a very good experience, and that company is 100% about getting you loaded. Lagunitas, if you've never had them, is a very I don't know how you want to describe it. Like I don't know, it's a different kind of taste where you have like that real alcoholic taste to it. I mean, because you're going to get a buzz if you drink enough of some of their products, and they're definitely gung ho and getting you. Well, especially if you're VIP, getting you loaded real quick.
Hmm.
We're behind our group, and they were like, "Where the heck have you guys been?" We're like, "We couldn't find the entrance to get in this damn place." They're like, "Oh, here," and they just started throwing beers right and left at us. So I was like, "You got to catch up, man." But we're fixing to go on the tour, and everybody else is playing games in this like game room thing for who are VIP to do the tour, and they're just like throwing beers right and left at us. It's like, come on, drink up, drink up, drink up. You need to get a buzz on before you go and do this tour. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And then you go do the tour. You're VIP. You could stay at the pub or their restaurant they have inside the warehouse or the factory there, and whatever. It's on us. And we stayed hell the whole night. Hell, it's free food. Just chill, watch TV, let your appetite go down, get something again. It's free, and then keep going with it. So
Well, one of my favorite parts was you brought up Budweiser buying out the IPAs and everything. Budweiser was bought out by a company in Belgium.
sure, yeah.
I can't remember who that is. What is it? InBev or
Well, they bought out all of them. They bought Miller. Everybody's owned by. It's like all one group. They just sell it separately here.
I think Coors is still Coors though.
But see, if you go to Colorado, Coors gets first dibs on all the ingredient, every component in a beer. They get first dibs. Because when I went to Colorado, all the microbrews told me that they get first dibs because they got to get all their ingredients. If they either get leftovers from what Coors didn't need or want, or they got to order from Canada. So they bring everything from Canada in.
I got to go.
Oh, you got to go? Okay.
Yep, they just walked in. All right. In case I don't make it back, you know who I am. You know where to find me. I will catch you later, guys.
Okay. See you later.
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 I don't know where I was going. That's right. I can do a whole show on beer. So, like I said, I wasn't joking with Jared either. I think that would be another like a good spinoff. Peppers and beer with Jared and Charles. I'm not joking. We can do a pepper taste test and beer taste test all in one show.
Well, you if you took a trip out to where he lives and stayed there for like a week, you could like put out like a whole bunch of them all in a row, but then release them over like once a week over time. But then he could come and visit you, and you could go and do like an entire week in your city, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, BDI also passed on the Coors Factory tour. It's big, but it wasn't my kind. It wasn't what I wanted to go see out there. There was too many others. I mean, the one oh crap, I gotta forget the. Damn, I had to go look at my coasters, but it was all death metal. That's all they played is death metal inside there. Everything looked like a death metal concert. How they had all the it was all pitch black, all dark, everything you would think and picture with that. Because they're actually in a rock group, but that's how their store not store but their brewery was set up. So it's kind of cool. So there's so many others that I wanted to experience than the normal Coors, which I'm not going to drink anyway. Really like Avery. So if you go to Colorado, go to Avery. I mean, that's just me personally. But Avery Brewery is really really cool. Okay, so what else were we going to talk about? I'm sorry.
Talk about whatever, man. I mean, Rob's not here. We could talk about Rob.
Well, I ate that jerky the other day, and then some of that pepper. I generally don't do that. I don't drink beer after eating a fresh pod. I don't actually drink anything usually, unless my throat is like dry or something's lodged or something. I just ride it out. I mean, that's what I do when I'm doing those fresh pods. I just let it go. So whatever piece I have, I just eat it and just let it die down. I don't drink anything afterwards. Even when I did the Plucky One Chip Challenge, didn't drink anything for a while.
Yeah, Conor McGregor apparently did smash those bus windows. Saw some of that video. Pretty crazy. I don't know. That's pretty crazy, but what about Dana White saying there's a warrant out for his arrest, but then there apparently wasn't a warrant out for his arrest, but I didn't hear anything today, so maybe there is now. Nice. Yeah, I'd probably agree to that, BD. Or it's more eating Domino's and drinking beer than eating super hot.
Domino's hurts my head. All those pizza places do. I don't like them at all. I mean, they. I mean, I'll eat it if that's what they somebody has. If you go to someone's house or whatever's going on, I'm like, yeah, I guess. Of course, if you're in the work environment, that's usually one way for some, do for employees. Throw a pizza party. So of course you're going to go with Domino's or Pizza Hut because of price. You know, you don't want to go to like Grimaldi's or something, where some that or wood fired pizza or whatever that I have around here because the pizzas cost too much. I mean, you're talking, Domino's, Pizza Hut, large, $6, $7, or whatever the hell it is. Grimaldi's or the wood fired pizza, 17 to 26 or whatever it is, depends on what you get on it. So, price wise, it just doesn't pay, if you're especially buying for a group.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that, Russ, that he turned himself in and all that stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay. Arrested and charged with 3 counts of assault and 1 count of criminal mischief. Nah, I didn't hear about that. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that is true, Anthony. I agree with you on that. You can add some good hot sauce and the pizza tastes a little bit better. But it still may have issues. You still may have issues with it because I still think that Domino's and Pizza Hut sauce is crap. But that's just me.
What's the I don't know, Charles. Have you done the Shiners tour?
Absolutely.
What is that?
And boy, I had that was an Shiner. It's in Shiner, Texas.
Oh,
Yep. They have some good pictures because they have the big copper kettle and stuff, and it says "Do not touch." And I have some that actually look like I was touching it, but I really wasn't, and all this other stuff. And
what's up,
yeah, it's
Batman?
a good tour. They have a good restaurant like right across the street too. It's like a good country style kitchen or whatever. A lot of deer heads and other things that I'm sorry, Batman won't eat. He's in the chat too. So what's up, Batman?
What's up, Batman? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, I've done Shiner tour. I do like Shiner. Yeah, it's one of the most well known beers in Texas. So
Yeah, I haven't seen that video yet, Corey. Cal said Charles' sauce goes good with lots of stuff. Everything I've put it on so far. Yeah, I had the orange bucking Baja on chicken tonight. That was pretty good.
oh, cool. I don't know how in the hell he had a hangover. How in the hell did Batman have a hangover? It's not like he was drinking last night.
What's a hangover?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, Julian was saying Fireman 4. Fireman 4 is good. I also like Freestyle or Freetel from San Antonio area. So the Freetel is really good too. When I drink Lone Star, if I'm in the hill country, and I go to Lukenbach, Texas.
Openbach, Texas. Wheeling and Wheelie and the boys.
It's kind of fitting. That's one time where you want to like have a Lone Star or something because, well, besides that's pretty much what they serve. Uh, in the little bar. I mean, it's a really little small town, but yeah. Yes, No Label is good. Very good beer. Like I said, there's so many. It just amazing how many uh, microbreweries and craft breweries there are now. I mean, it's just like we used to have just. I mean, here locally we had, of course, our biggest is St. Arnold's, then Carbach, and then let's see, we have was it Bombshell and Conroe, I think it is, and then it just started, everywhere. They just started popping up everywhere now. So it's just going crazy with all those craft brews.
That's great. Funky Buddha. All these beer names are great.
Oh yeah, and that's part of the fun too. Is just what you, I mean, like I was looking at beer before I went. I mean, yesterday was at the grocery store. I mean, Sex in a Canoe, Sex Appeal. There's all kinds of weird, and then the graphics on the cans are awesome because that's the trend also is going towards cans, as opposed to bottles. So the craft brew and cans are kind of like the trend of where they're going towards.
Which is kind of weird because it used to be all about the bottle.
Yep. But yeah, they were explaining that to us on one of the tours. So it's just cost wise and everything else. It just that's the way they'd like to go. Plus, the packaging and all that other stuff they got going on.
Yeah, I did beat you to that, Jared. I got the time delay on my side. Willie and Allison Krauss would be pretty good to see, especially for free.
Right.
That's my favorite kind of concert right there. Dos Equis and was that Crown XO?
Yeah. I have to agree with Anthony on that. The Crown XO is good.
Had a way more Crown Royal than I'm supposed to, but that's what that is, right? Crown Royal like XO or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever had the XO.
Yeah, a lot of people like the apple too. I mean, it's personally not my thing, but a lot of people do though.
I could see that. That would be really good.
Yeah, I'm with Jared and Anthony on that too. For Mexican beer, Dos Equis. Like I said, for me, it's just not Corona. I'm just not drinking Corona.
One of my favorite beer experiences was when I was in Jamaica and I went to Dunn's River Fall, where you walk all the way down to the beach and then you walk up a waterfall all the way up to where you came in at, and then you get out. Right after doing that, we did that first thing in the morning on a cruise. So that was 10 o'clock or something like that. And by the time we were done, it was like 11 or 11:30, and they were selling Red Stripe, and I got one and had one in Jamaica, and that was one of my best beer moments because you were like halfway done with it, and like no matter how fast you drank, because I was all, hey, I'm all thirsty from climbing a waterfall. But I drank like half of it pretty quick, but it was like 85 degrees, like 100% humidity, and that thing was warm by the time you were halfway through.
Right.
That's where I realized, oh, this is just a good beer that you can drink warm. That's why people like it in Jamaica.
Yeah. Another one I like is Mexican beer that, well, they don't sell it over here, but I have friends who, when they go to Mexico, they bring it back. The Barrelitos, little bitty barrel bottles. They're like hardly nothing as far as alcohol content. They're, very, very light beer, but God, they're good. Just if it's the really cold or whatever, you could down a bunch of them real quick. That's cool, Joe. I never had that Beauregards and sour cream. Well, actually, I have had it on tacos. So yeah,
Blumberg said I snuck in and fished a pond behind a stage at a Willie Nelson concert here. It was an awesome experience. That's hilarious.
and yes, Jared, I agree with you 100% on that philosophy. That's my saying. If you got to put all that crap on a beer, I mean, I know there's different reasons. Someone I don't know who was saying about the flies or
Yeah,
whatever it is, but no.
that's what I heard in Mexico. That's why they put a lime in a Corona. It's not for any like flavoring reason. It is to coat the rim of the glass so that flies don't land on it. Because apparently they don't like the acidic whatever nature of limes. But I always did hear people say, like, you really like Corona? Try it without a lime. Well, I'd like it without a lime, with a lime. I don't care. As long as they're free. I don't want to pay $5 for one, but.
Right.
Oh, and one of I guess it's a chain place around here, but it's Azteca. It's like this upscale, like Mexican restaurant. They
Hmm.
have this drink that it's like a fishbowl margarita, and they take a 6-ounce bottle of Corona and just pop it in upside down. So as you drink the margarita down, the
Hmm.
Corona seeps into the margarita. They call it a margarona.
Yeah.
That's
I,
pretty good.
I do the same with the Dos Equis. They have those here. They just toss them into the margarita.
Yeah, I don't care which beer it is. That's a genius idea. Margarita with a beer in it. I'm there.
Yeah. Russ says Azteca is a huge Mexican gel gang here.
Oh shit.
I think I've actually heard of them around here too. Azteca.
Oh wait, ours is called Plaza Azteca. That's right. Or Plaza or Playa? I think it's Plaza. I think Playa means beach, doesn't it?
I'm not gonna say. I'm really bad at that. I mean, I know a lot of words, but I get them mixed up a lot. So Corey, how did the darts go?
And Blumberg said he caught a catfish while Willie was singing roll me up and smoke me when I die."
Pacifico is good.
When it comes to Corona versus Pacifico, I'd take Corona. I know everybody leans towards Pacifico, but I've had a bunch of them, and they're not that great.
No.
To the point where I'm saying Corona's better. That's a pretty big indictment. But I don't think I have a favorite beer. It's just whatever you're drinking. I just have preferences. Like I like Corona, but like after two, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like it's not like an all night drinking beer. But I mean,
Well,
it can be done, but you don't want to do it.
for me, I actually do have a favorite beer, kind of, sort of. That would be 512 Pecan Porter. That's that's an Austin-based brewery, but 512 Pecan Porter. Oh my God, that is so good. I mean, I base anybody else who has a pecan porter against that one to see how it is.
Sweet, I was right. Playas Beach. And Russ said there was a drink in Juarez called Copa de Nada, the cup of nothing. Had everything you could imagine. The forget me drink. I've heard of Mississippi Mud.
Mississippi Mud. I had that a long time ago. Long, long time ago.
You like salty beer, just drink anything Miller makes. Yeah, but it's too watered down. My buddy was like really big into MGD,
Mm-hmm.
and that stuff was, or not MGD. No, it was that Miller Light crap. The one it just says light on the side of the can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff sucked, man. Every time I drank it, it just tasted like you were drinking water. Uh, Depends, Jared. What would be a good beer? To me, Corona is a pretty good beer. I don't know. I like a good all night drinking beer. To me, would be like Budweiser. It's like strong enough where it's not Bud Light, but it's not like a specialty beer. It's not like Corona. You can drink more than two of them and, not have heartburn.
Mm-hmm.
But it can happen. You never know.
Then Joe said he had that pecan porter earlier today. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Um, Julian's like he likes the Mississippi Mud. It's black and tan, comes in an old jug. Yeah, I like the jug. I used to drink black and tans all good. I mean, all day. That's Bass and Guinness. I know Guinness isn't for everyone, but yeah, that was really good. Yes, Anthony, I have had Young's Double Chocolate Stout. I am I like stouts. So I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I like I like coffee stouts, oatmeal stouts, any kind of stout. So, usually me and my buddies, that's what we kind of have our little sheet when we go to Flying Saucer. We always have quite a few stouts on there.
I've had Land Shark.
Yeah.
I don't remember being impressed by it, but I remember thinking it wasn't bad. And that's what most people say, Julian. Land Shark over Corona, Pacifico over Corona, but I don't know. I think it's all like I worked for a company for like 10 years and they would buy beer like every day and it was Corona. So I think that's what it was. I think like I associate the taste with free. So I don't think I've ever bought, or no, I have when I went to a party. But besides that, I've never bought like a 12 pack or a case of Corona and brought it back to my house. I have found it at a vacation home where I had to make sure it was, didn't get into the hands of minors, so I took it home, but I've never actually went out and bought it.
The answer is yes, Jared. Definitely have had Founders Breakfast Stout. It's a really good beer.
Does it fill you up like you ate a whole breakfast?
Hell no, I gotta. I mean, for like I don't know if you're near Flying Saucer, but Flying Saucer, you only get credit for 3 beers to try to get your plate. So you only get 3 beers on your list on your card per visit. You could drink more, but they're pretty strict on how many they serve you. So you get 3 beers, and then that goes on your card, and it works towards your 200. So yeah, usually I mean, I, it's quite a ways for me. It's like in the downtown area, so I usually only drink like three or four max. But mind you, that these are beers that are 8 to 13% too. A lot of them. So it's definitely got more kick to it. Let's see. Have you made it down to the wing place for the Reaper Wing Challenge yet? No. I don't know about the Reaper Wings. I mean, I know there's a Pluckers that it's a habanero based wing. It's called Fire in the Hole, but they still haven't opened it. So, oh, yeah, you're talking about were you talking about the Reaper crawfish? Because I know they had here locally, they had a Reaper crawfish challenge, but I didn't go down there. Let's see. I heard free beer is better than no beer. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna drink water before I drink a Corona. So that's just me. Rob was saying that he likes the Young's Double Chocolate Stout. Julian's flying saucer is Abby de Lefe is my favorite. Yeah, and Sapporo. Abby de Lefe is really good. See, Corey's that's lame. That only 3 on the list of 200. We have a place called McNally's that does the same thing. It's 300 beers, and yeah, you can drink as much as you want each time on the list each time. Yeah, I know that's pretty much what they do though. I don't make the rules. Let's see. Yeah, I was mistaken. It was crawfish, not wings. So. Yeah, I do enjoy that place though. So it's pretty cool place. See, Rev, that breakfast stout makes you want to chew when you drink. Not because it's super heavy, but it's got some good flavor and it's amazing. It is good, very good. It's a double chocolate oatmeal stout coffee.
I'd try that.
Yep. And of course, I'm not like, I don't actually have any in the fridge, but we here, here I'll go get one. Locally here, St. Arnold's does Pumpkinator every fall or what have you. So you like get as many as you can of the Pumpkinators. Hold on 1 second.
Was that like pumpkin spiced beer? We'll find out in a minute. Yeah, I hate that. Any kind of limiting. So is it a pumpkin spiced?
Yeah, it's an Imperial Pumpkin Stout. But it comes in a, I forget what size bottle this is. A big ass bottle. Because this isn't a normal 12 ouncer. So, but yeah, you know, you get them and get a couple at a time. I do flights. They usually have Flight of the Pumpkinators, so they'll go back to all the reserves, barrel aged, everything they have out of cask and all that stuff, and they'll go back to when they started it. You're like, damn, I'm drinking the 2009 edition or whatever it is, but I mean, they get better with age. It's almost like a wine, and I mean, they're really, really good. And then what's cool is that every year they change the mix on the pumpkin spice. So when you drink them all the different years, you taste, you know, more pumpkin spice than the other year or something different about them. So, you know, you'll find a year that is really more to your liking.
Julian said that bottle's a quart, which would be 2 pints. So I guess that would be a 32-ounce bottle, if
Yeah.
that's a quart.
Well, I like big ass bottle. Big ass bottle works too.
Yeah,
That's a
you
B.
can't go wrong with that. There's no measurement involved.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it's, you know, ginger ale 2 liter bottle. I mean, it's as tall as the 2 liter bottle almost. So
Well, Jared said that's a bomber, aka a 22-ounce. Ooh. Chat war going on. Guess the amount of beer that's in that bottle. You may be able to win that beer.
I'm limited on that. So I'm not good.
Well, no, have some kind of disclaimer like the idea that you actually may be able to win this beer is preposterous, and we will not send you this beer. This has all been a hoax. Oh, man. Julian says it's 350 milliliters. I can't do the math there. Has anyone had New Belgium's Fat Tire beer? I had a Fat Tire way back in the day, like in the 90s, but
Yeah.
not lately. Oh, and Russ also said, I like anything wet. That's what he said. Oh, nice. Beatty Beats had a beer called Pumpkin Beer. Whatever, light, I guess, but that was called Pump King.
Here's another cool one. Hold on.
Yeah, that's right. That Fat Tire is a wheat beer. Yeah, I think that's, well, I don't know for sure, but I don't think I like wheat beer.
And this is when I was in Colorado, but Half Acre. You see the owl and stuff. So this is one that they had, but I had it filled with like white noise. I filled a bunch of them and put them in my suitcase. I was coming from Colorado. They all made it here, so it's all good.
That's a big looking bottle too.
Yeah, it's like I guess almost like a moonshine bottle or something. how they have it. So but yeah, it's pretty cool. Because I got a bunch of this stuff, so it's kind of the thing I like to do. I really like I said, I really enjoy the craft beers, and I'm not all about totally getting blitzed all the time or whatever. I just like I enjoy beer. I mean, not to get wasted or loaded or whatever. I like beer for beer, and to try the different flavor, and we'll see how everyone tastes, and that's what I like to go with.
Corey said in Oklahoma, our beer and alcohol laws in this state are far behind the times, so we're limited on what we can get here. That's pretty much what it's like here. And we still have like weird things like at you can buy beer pretty much 24/7 except Saturday night at either 2 or 4 in the morning. I can't remember what the cutoff is. I think it's 4 in the morning, or maybe it's 2. They stop selling alcohol everywhere. Grocery store that's open 24/7, Walmart open 24/7. I'm talking in season now. Gas stations open 24/7. They have to stop selling alcohol until it was noon on Sunday, but they just repealed that to 10 o'clock on Sunday, which I believe is like a tourist based thing, because there's tourists here going, and that used to be my favorite thing. I'd go to a bar for lunch on Sunday, and I'd go there at like 11:30, and I'd watch everybody going in there like, let me get like a pulled pork sandwich and a Budweiser, and the bartender would pour the beer, bring it over, and give it to him, and was like, oh wait, no 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 no, you can't have this for like 30 minutes. But they
Uh,
repealed that. Now it's 10.
for here locally here in Texas, it's you can sell beer till 12 o'clock, except on Saturday. Saturday you got till 1. You cannot buy beer until on Sunday until 12. That's how everything is set up. So they give you an extra hour on Saturday because they know the next chance you have is not until noon on Sunday, which is technically the same day, but they give you an extra hour.
Yeah, and it's all because they wanted their husbands to show up not drunk for church.
Correct. That's a blue book law or whatever the hell it's called.
Bible Belt law.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, we got all
So,
them here.
so yeah, that's how it's set up here. And then you can't buy it until 6 in the morning. I think the window is 12 to 6.
Which, I mean, if you're a responsible drunk, you just double up the night before and you don't have to worry about that, blackout time of when you can't buy alcohol.
Right.
Either that or you're that bad of an alcoholic that you drink it all. Like, I'll double up, and then you drink it all and you're like, oh. Jared was asking Rev. Oh, he was saying wheat beer's usually pretty light and crispy, lower ABV.
I like Hefeweizen.
I've had that one too. I don't remember liking it, but I remember having it.
Yeah. But the best one is the German, the Franzensteiner or Hefeweizen. Franzensteiner. I think that's how you say it correct. My German is a little off saying it, but Franzen's is something like that. But that's by far, it has a little monk on it. That's by far one of the best Hefeweizen.
Yeah, I've been to those parties, Julian. Partied till 7 a.m. and went to buy more cases. There were people that would intentionally not drink at the party so they could be the designated driver to go to the store to get more beer because they knew that like 3 or 4 people would throw a 20 their way. They could pay for their entire week's worth of gas just by, not getting drunk at a party.
As far as like my German beers that I like that one, that Franzensteiner Hefeweizen. Belgium, I like Delirium and Delirium Noctrum. I don't know if you've ever had those. The Pink Elephant beers. They're like a like a milk jug type bottle that has the pink elephants on it. So yeah, there's Delirium and Delirium Noctrum.
I haven't seen
Uh,
those ones yet. That seems like a pretty cool bottle to hold on to.
well, yeah, they're usually I think oh shit, hell I don't know, $8-9 a bottle. I mean, like a normal size bottle.
Yeah, yeah, too rich for my blood.
They're pretty costly.
Imagine getting a case of those suckers.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I imagine people do. I mean, one of these days, I'd love to go to Oktoberfest. I mean, that's one of my things I've always wanted to do. Um, go to Germany, go to Oktoberfest. Thought that'd be cool. So maybe one of these days, but not anytime soon.
Meet one of those St. Pauli girl looking chicks.
Yeah.
Drink beer out of that gigantic stein.
Well, I mean, if you ever watch the girls bringing I mean, how they do it. I mean, how many beers they're bringing in, and those are big, big stein. I mean, they're just big, and they're just doing it like it's nothing. Voodoo donut. Hmm.
Yeah, Julian, I like those little hand grenade bottles too. I like them enough that I got Mickey's B right here on my arm. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, Russ was at Oktoberfest, but he was 9.
Yeah, but I wonder if you look at it differently if you're an adult as
I,
opposed to a kid.
I bet. When you're a kid, you're probably like, what is wrong with everybody? When you're an adult, you're like, this is awesome.
Yeah. What's up, Matt? What's up, Joe? The Joe. I'm sorry. I know we have two Joes in the chat.
What's up, Joe? Matt? Yeah, I'd drink out of a stein if I went over there too. I'd do that every single day, whether I was at Oktoberfest or not. Even
Yeah.
if it was water, I'd still make it out of the stein.
Well, I mean, even okay. Let me get you another thing. This is a movie theater glass. This is what I drink at the movie theater if I go to movies. Hold on.
I don't have a movie theater glass. Ooh, nice.
So these are the Santikos theater glasses. So if you go to the Santico theater chain, I know that Julian and Russ probably know Santikos. But yeah, so that's the glass you can get for your movie experience.
That's a good sized glass. I had a couple of them. I think my 21st birthday, this girl I work with bought me that and like a shot glass. Actually, I still have the shot glass. I don't know where the beer uh, mug went.
Yeah.
Where the heck did the beer mug go? That's weird. I think it broke. But
But it's cool how this has turned into beer show and tell.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, you
we can go all night on this, man. I've got glass cabinet after glass cabinet of beer stuff. So
Friday night, man. It's on everybody's mind.
And then Russ said, yeah, he's familiar. I knew he would be familiar with Santikos. And then Joe said he had four of those the last time he went there. It's pretty close, probably for me too.
And
Actually, the last time I went there, Santikos was watching the Star Wars movie.
And Beady Beat said, I don't know if you know this is normal, but the movie theaters here let you buy slash drink beers while watching. That is very smart of them.
Oh yeah, they're all over here. That's the only way to go now. Like I said, we have Santikos, we have Studio Movie Grill, we have Movie Tavern, we have Star. I mean, there's five or six different theaters. Even the AMC, I think now is serving alcohol. So I mean, there's five, six movie theaters that do that now.
I haven't been to the movies since, I don't know, 2002, 2003, something like that. But that, I don't know, that would make me want to go to the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, last time, that's why I was trying to bring that up. Last time I did go to the movie theater, I smuggled in like 3 beers.
Mm-hmm.
I only drank 2 of them through the entire movie, but I was like, heck with this, man. Why can't I drink it? And I got there. I got there. I drank 2 in the parking lot and then went inside with 3 and only drank 2. But no, I had a nice little buzz. Come outside, sit in your truck, take a nap for an hour or two. But that movie theater was like 90 miles from where I live. So,
No, Susan, you're on your own. There's no bathroom break pauses for the movies. It's like you drink at your own risk. If you want to watch the movie, you better hold it.
yeah. Or you're missing stuff.
Right. Or unless you want to drink more because the movie you really don't care to watch, and you just don't give a crap, but you're just there to drink and have be company or whatever the situation might be. How did I get talked into this damn love story? Yeah, I guess we'll go to this one. They serve alcohol here.
Yeah, I can take a 2-hour rom com, sure. Russ said he's the DD when he goes to the movies because Barbie likes to toss him back, so he's her waiter. That's hilarious.
I mean, if you ever, Westgate Pyro was saying, seats are way better. Yeah, I mean, all the theaters that generally serve, well, majority of them, they have those nicer reclining chairs, and you have spaces in between people because you have food, like not just like your normal hot dog or nachos or whatever. You have different things, and they have the waiters and everything is kind of spaced apart. It's kind of cool. And it's like if you ever go back to like a dollar cinema, which is $1.50 now, but it's it used to be a dollar cinema, and that's used to be one of the old for us was like the festival movie theaters. That's what we had as a chain here, all the festival movie theaters, and you go in those and you're like, damn, we used to watch a movie in this. I mean, I watched the majority of my favorite movies as a kid in this type of theater, and it's just so, I mean, totally different now. I mean, just it's mind blowing. The sound, the seat, the comfort of the seats, the whole experience. Unless you go and watch the latest Star Wars movie and the row in front of you is a daycare. Yeah, that happened to me.
And
So,
same with us, Jared. That's what we do. Fill up our pockets with beer, drink them in a movie theater. Or the best was you get like a Coke or whatever, like a small, and you just drink it really quick, and then you just put it into your cup. That way, if you have those stupid movie attendants, which almost every movie theater I've ever been to didn't have them, but I've heard of them.
yeah, come with the little flashlights.
Yeah, you just pour it in the movie cup. Got no problems.
Yeah.
And Susan wants to know, do you guys have any drive-ins? Around here, I think we had 2, and I think one of them closed. So maybe we have one, maybe we have none.
I believe we
But
have one Showboat. That's ours is called Showboat that we have here. It's like 2 movies, uh, $10, $5 or something per. I don't know, something like that. It's relatively inexpensive. But I mean, down here, you don't want to go in the summer. I mean, you can, but it's freaking hot as hell and sticky from the humidity. And a lot of people like to just get out of the car, not be in the car. So if you want to be outside of the car, it's not the best time. Best time is definitely to kind of do it in this time of year or before.
yeah, I don't know if our the one is still open, but I don't know. That'd be a fun thing to do, like with a family and stuff. But who was just saying it? Someone just said, yeah, but they don't open. Oh, it was Russ again. We have drive-ins called Fiesta, but it's not for kids. Opens at midnight. That's kind of like when you want it, like that late. But I don't know. The only way to actually make it any value, I would think, would be, be a family. That way you take one car, roll in, pay one price. And yeah, nothing like drive in with a torpedo keg in the back seat. I've never been to a drive-in. I don't think I've ever been to a drive-in. Maybe I've been to one, but I've definitely never been to one with a keg or any kind of beer. Just the regular movies. There you go, Jared. Take the cups from the fountain drinks from AM PM to the into the fairgrounds, fill them with alcohol and then soda in the fairgrounds. Mix it all up. Mix it all night. Absolutely. Yeah, the drive-ins don't play regular movies. Around here, they do. They were just like whatever came out 3 months ago. That is just now what's hitting the movie theater. The IPAs. Uh, Dang, it sucks. Burned on. Hmm. Oh, well, I guess if it's an adult drive-in, then Triple X movies. Oh, okay, yeah, it's a completely different thing. Okay, yeah, I was thinking like just adults, like it's like R-rated movies or something. But Triple X, okay, yeah, I bet there are some very happy kids that live across the street from that drive-in movie theater.
Hmm.
Like all I do is just put the camera up and zoom in on that screen over there and just record every single night and then upload it to YouPorn. I'm making 20,000 a month. Yeah, that would be a very creepy drive-in.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have any word. I have anything to say about that one. That's just.
Yeah, I don't have any quippy remarks about somebody taking their date to it or nothing.
And where is it located, Russ?
El Paso.
El Paso.
Oh, look, Charles is Googling right now. He's like, where is this?
I'm reading the chat. It's been a while since I've been to El Paso anyway.
Been open since the 70s. That's why it's still open.
Yeah.
All their money, they're just waiting for that stuff to run dry.
Matt, it's not going good. If it doesn't rain too bad tonight and the wind doesn't blow me away tomorrow, I'm going to attempt to fill as many as I can and lay down some more landscape fabric and keep moving onward. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's a smart move, Julian. Said sidebar, some YouTubers have gone to Pornhub. They were gun tubers. Yeah, well, YouTube's locking down on, well, they've been locking down on everything, so.
Yeah.
I think you got a fence up there, don't you, Charles?
Where?
Around the whole yard, right?
It doesn't matter, man. The wind blows like crazy.
Yeah, makes its way over the fences and has weird downdrafts.
I thought about it, but I'm already committed. I already bought the fabric pots, so I'm not making any raised beds. I've already bought the fabric pots, so I'm just gonna keep going and doing what I've been doing. Maybe next year. I've got plenty of soil, so I'm good on compost.
This is Cantina? I didn't know that was what the song was based on. But was it Matt from Space City Peppers?
Yes,
Uh,
he's not too far from me actually.
well, you said $30 a yard. Didn't they say $10 a yard or $10 a yard earlier in the chat?
That was BD. That's in Florida.
Yeah, that'd be a heck of a haul there.
BD, I am if everything goes well. I can't say because I only have so many peppers out so far. They're young too, so I don't know how my season's going to go. So I'm not counting the chickens before they hatch. But yes, if I have pods, I will have them for sale.
Yeah, that'll do it. 35-gallon pots. It's a lot of dirt.
Well, I have 140 something left to go. So it's going to be weeks for me. So we'll keep on pushing, try to get them out as quick as I can.
Keep on keeping on. Life's
Yep.
a garden. Dig it.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I mean, you add a few things here and there to the soil too. So I mean, like, I've already got it. I've mended it once, but then I take it out and I mended it again, and then put the grow stones and mix that in the pot and do this and the other. So I mean, there are a few steps. It's not like just throwing 3 or 4 shovel scoops in a pot and you're on your way. There's a couple other things you got to do to it. So at least in my case.
Jared said he's gonna sell some pods this summer. If you need pods, hit up Jared. Yeah, that was totally two different Joe Dirt quotes. Keep on keeping on, and life's a garden. Dig it. Went straight through beer and the movie quotes.
Yep. And the time is 11:03.
Or 12:04.
Or 12:04.
Oh, man. Yeah, 30-40 is a good roundabout number. I think that's usually where I'm at. Anywhere from like 28 to 48.
And next year you'll just have to wait and see if you can go back on my number that I said I was going to do. I say I'm going to do less next year.
I guess it's 10:04 where Russ is, so I guess that would be 9:04 where Susan is. Later, Julian.
There, Julian.
Yeah, it's the mountain time I always forget. I always remember Eastern, Central, and Pacific, but for some reason, mountain just gets lost in there.
Yeah, I just keep going back an hour. Back an hour or plus an hour.
Oh no, who's that question for, Beatty? Is it cold here? No, I had the windows and doors open all day. It was like almost 80 degrees. Uh, Charles had a drop?
No, not yet. I'm in the 70s.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I mean, just it's not going to be like a high either. That's the low. So the low is going to go to 46, but it's still going to be 68. So it's not like we're going and 46 is a high. No, I don't want that. But be windy and thunderstorms and tear my plants that I have out there to shreds a little bit more. See if they're gonna make it or not.
Later on, Corey, be responsible.
Yeah.
More jack and throwing darts.
Yeah.
Make sure you're hitting the target. Yeah, I don't know if we're supposed to hit like 40s again.
I know, and like they said, the Pittsburgh area and stuff, it's supposed to get a lot of snow next couple days. I know they were saying that eastern area again is going to be inundated with a lot of snow, and I think Rob was saying earlier he was. So, and I know that I looked on PLC. I know that a lot of people in Colorado and those areas more snow. So,
Leave that to them. I don't need any snow here.
yeah, we can do without that stuff.
It snows, my dog doesn't even want to go outside. Yeah, that's the kind of weather I like, Beatty. Really humid, breathing hot water in the daytime, and nice at night.
And Matt saying the petite Marcellus pepper, Marcellus. has become my second new favorite pepper. It's an elongated bell pepper with a more square snap shape that turns golden yellow orange, makes bells seem flavorless. Well, that doesn't take much because the bell pretty much is flavorless. Jared saying our weather's about the same as mine without the thunderstorms. Anthony is saying peace out, good night. The lady who wants to jog early in the morning. Better be on your way, Anthony.
Later on, Anthony. Might snow at Rob's place. Jeez, oh
Blumberg,
man.
yeah.
Don't say that, man. I thought we were in tune, like weather-wise, like only a day apart. I don't want it to snow here. I'm pretty sure it's not. Didn't say snow. It's supposed to rain here. I'm all paranoid. No, rain. Oh, man, what the heck is that? Tomorrow, low of 38. That sucks.
Yeah, you'll be getting after we do, so.
Dang.
That would be mine, Jared. Mine is barking at
That's
something
hilarious.
outside. He's barking at the moon.
Mine's sleeping. She doesn't care. She hears it because I can see her ears just move every couple seconds. Like, wait a minute, what the heck is that? Okay. Something on that weird box thing that guy always looks at.
Yeah, when your dog starts barking, mine goes crazy too.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty interesting pepper. Never heard of that one.
Let me go check out what's going on outside.
The Petite Mercelias. Mercelias? Something like that. But bold flavor profile, very low heat, if any. Eh, can always use a little heat. But I always love those. Well, any kind of bigger pepper that doesn't have spice. So like poblano or bell pepper or whatever, because they're always good to like stuff them with stuff like meat and rice or just meat or whatever. Yeah, this ought to be a good season beating. All right. Rob sent me his weather. Ouch. That sucks. 42, 42, 41 throughout tomorrow. Freeze watch from 1 a.m. That sucks. 28. Low at 28 tomorrow. Ugh. Yeah, no, that's making me depressed looking at that.
It's that June bug hunting.
What's that?
Hunting June bugs.
Oh.
So I don't know if jumping in the air and barking at them is directing them more towards the light in the patio or what. I don't know. Maybe he has a plan. Don't know. It seems to be working because he's crunching on some protein right now.
Oh, that would be great, Matt. Stuff with ground turkey and made it like meatloaf in the oven. Any kind of large pepper, Charles. It's like a poblano or like a bell pepper, whatever. Stuff it, and he's saying with ground turkey and made it like a meatloaf in the oven.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd go
Except
for
for
that.
green bell pepper.
Yeah,
I could do without the green bell pepper.
I like green.
Mm.
I like any of the bell peppers. And you can tell because every time I try to grow them, they never grow. It's like I like jalapenos, but if I try to grow them, not getting any of them. But I'm gonna grow this, super hot pepper. That way I could try it on the live stream or like on my YouTube channel. Oh yeah, that thing produces like crazy.
Well, once I actually investigate and look and see how big this Griff 92348 is supposed to get, I'll try one on the live stream. I don't know how big it's supposed to get. So, I mean, it looks ripish or what it's supposed to look like, which is purple and white, off-white, titanium, well, not titanium, but kind of a weird white gray looking color.
Yeah, BD, I've had tons of heatless poblanos. But then again, I've also gone to the Mexican restaurant. They have chile rellenos, which is a poblano stuffed with cheese and then breaded and fried. And almost every one had no heat. There was one I got, that thing was like 4 times as hot as a jalapeno. That was way back before I liked a lot of hot stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Jared, that was Rob's weather, not mine. So, and Rob Blumberg, not Rob Z.
Yeah, Rob Z's is way worse than Rob Blumberg's.
Yeah. Blumberg says it might snow. Rob says, yeah, it's gonna snow.
Yeah, he sent me the weather forecast. It looks like going into 28 with a 40% chance of mix or whatever, and then 38.51 for Sunday.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, like I said, ours is yeah. Oh man, hell, I got a bunch of those. Okay, so I ordered purple carrots from Baker Creek or whatever. So then they have a free seed when you order so many seeds. Guess what free seeds I got?
With the purple carrot.
Exactly. So I got 2 packs essentially of cosmic purple carrots.
Yeah, someone a while back in the chat was saying they were having a sale right now.
Because I got those and I got these other kind of beans. Gosh, let me see what the hell they are. Hold on. Let me see what.
It's gotta be here somewhere. Dun, dun, dun. Wait, this far back? Oh, Triple X Adult Drive-In Theater. Oh, is it really this far back? Still scrolling backwards, so if you're writing in the comments, I'm the opposite way. Here in movie theaters. All right. Well, somebody was mentioning Baker Creek before and a sale they have going on, so yeah, go check them out. They're not a sponsor, but tell them you heard about them from us, and maybe they'll become one. Yeah, I've never seen I've never, I think I heard of them, but I've never grown the purple or the cosmic purple carrots. I would. I like carrots, but oh, there he goes. Matt was saying it. Yeah, Baker Creek Seed Company, and it's free shipping only today with code Mayfest. So there you go, get some seeds. Yeah, Jared. I'm not surprised that Rob doesn't move though. He doesn't like bugs. When you get somewhere warm, you gotta like there's a trade-off. Like you got snow or you got bugs. But then you got like Alaska where it's like we got a lot of snow, and when there's no snow, there's a lot of bugs. But you know, trade-offs. Um, I don't know, Beatty. When you cut through a purple carrot, isn't it yellow? Maybe. I don't know. Never grew them. I've heard pawpaw fruit is good. I have no clue what it is, but it's some kind of fruit, so I'm all about it. So any kind of berry that's edible, any kind of fruit that's edible, I'll grow it. I'll eat it. It said thinks carrots are only purple on the outside, but have more antioxidants. Oh, okay. There's your incentive. I don't know. Charles, have you grown the purple carrots?
I am going to.
But you haven't yet.
No.
Do you know if you
Yes.
cut through them if they're yellow?
They're orange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so that and these are the bean borlotto di Vigiano non. I don't know how the hell to say it. It's a cool looking bean.
It looks
So
like Fiesta bean.
it's pretty cool looking.
Matt says pawpaws are supposed to taste like banana custard, about the size of a mango. I'm down with that.
Blumberg, he's talked a lot about those, and he said it takes forever to ripen. And he said that he goes in there and by the river, and they have like algae and stuff growing on them, kind of how like a sloth does, because they just sit there for so long. But I was watching a lot. I mean, I never really even heard of it until I saw it in Baker Creek's guide, and then started watching YouTube videos, and everybody talk about how good the pawpaws are. And yeah, it sounds very interesting.
Yeah, any kind of fruit or berry that's edible, I'm down. I might not like it, but I don't even like cantaloupe. But if you're like, hey, I got a cantaloupe, you want to have it? I'd be like, yeah. Somebody asked me if I wanted a frozen banana, and I was like, no. But then I thought, well, I want a regular banana later, so I said yes. Yeah, Jared, those gargantuan mosquitoes that swarm around in clouds, we had that after one of the hurricanes. It flooded everywhere, and apparently every mosquito or egg around hatched. It was absolutely insane. I've talked about it on the live stream before, but it looked like a cartoon where you'd see like the whole thing like just chasing you. Nice. Matt says he'll give you some pawpaws in a few years when they fruit. Dang, that's like a dang sugar rush peach or something. Start growing fruit in the spring and they're not ready until September.
Right.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm just hearing about them now, but I think they're pretty cool. I'm down. That sucks. Yeah, that would. There you go. Make a pawpaw hot sauce. Sounded better in my head. Yeah, I get that every once in a while. Jared, he said he got some bean seeds and got poor results and everything. Barely as many back as he planted with. I've had that a bunch of times. Like sometimes just nothing pops up. Sometimes it pops up, doesn't give you anything. Yeah, it's pretty frustrating.
Yeah. Well, this is my first year doing beans or anything like that. So I've never really grown carrots either. So I'm gonna just get that sandy, loamy soil and put them in the containers and grow them in containers. They seem to work. They say they seem to do good in containers. So I'll try them. And plus, like I was watching MI Gardener that does the Trifecta Plus, and he did his video on how to grow carrots in containers. Yeah, I mean everybody goes for the aesthetics, so it looks perfect. Goes down in that shape, a classic carrot shape. But at the end of the day, if your carrot doesn't turn out right, it still tastes like a carrot.
Yep. Yeah, and instead of long and like tapered down, it's just short and fat. And that's just as good.
Yeah.
That it's still a carrot, has all the same flavor, and it's good.
I guess what Matt was asking, like what pepper would pair well with a pawpaw. I guess it depends on how hot you would want to go as far as that. And I mean, if you want to stay totally fruity, you know, and all kinds of stuff, I mean, you can go with any like ahis or whatever, you
Yeah.
know.
You said ahi lemon, but yeah, ahi mango, ahi pineapple.
Yeah, make it like a lemon custard, a lemon banana custard taste to it. Well, it wouldn't taste like lemon, but it would have that. It would have a unique or good taste to it.
Nice. Rob has some beans from last season that are bigger than lima beans. Sweet. Love me some lima beans. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yellow jackets with some pawpaws. Matt says he's got about 50 carrots going right now.
Hmm.
And then 1 inch squares. It's scrolled off. But yeah, carrots were really easy to grow. I've grown them many times. I've like I haven't got the uniform figure that everybody thinks they look like, but at least whenever they bump into something, they get short and fat. But those are just as good. Just wait until like the green leaves that they have sticking up just start dying off and falling over. Then you know it's done. Pull that sucker out. You got yourself a carrot.
You through eating June bugs? I guess so.
They were successful.
I guess you had a late night snack. I'm taking that as a yes.
Fill up my water.
A grandma pepper would pair nice with one of those pawpaws. Huh. Let's see. Matt was saying, uh, should make sure your soil is 75% sandy and the rest organic matter. The container should be at least 12 inches tall or so. Then sprinkle them on top of soil. The sprinkle an eighth of soil over that, lightly water. Rob's saying that he knew of some pawpaw patches within a mile of his house or the river. Um, Matt saying keep them covered for 3 or 4 days, then uncover. Jared's saying the white habanero seeds from Baker Creek had absolutely zero heat. They acknowledged that there were a mix up on their part of the grower they bought seeds from, and they sent the wrong seeds out. Well, that sucks. Let's see. BD's just joking. Jared saying they look like white habaneros but sweet with no heat. Did they have the habanero taste? Because that would be like your own little white habanero in a way. Then Rob's saying they're usually in patches of 10 to 20 trees for the pawpaws.
Were they intentionally planted?
Pawpaws?
The ones he's talking about by the river.
I have no idea.
Well, I guess well, I was thinking like they're in patches of 10 to 20 trees. I guess that doesn't mean anything. If they were planted 100 years ago, eventually you would have like a patch of 10 to 20 trees in one little area.
Yeah. Well,
So
every video I saw, no matter what state they're in, they grew in those clusters. There were like I think when I was talking to Rob one time before, they're like under trees, under a big tree, like big tree. They're like the smaller trees underneath the big oak trees or whatever else. So they're kind of like almost shaded by a bigger tree.
hmm. My dog's over here licking herself.
That happens from time to time.
Yeah, on a good note, she looks like she's having a grand time.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Keep them happy.
Habanada's better tasting.
I'm waiting to see how that turns out. I've grown a couple of them.
I thought wait. Freaked me out. I thought Alberta was here. Um, no, Rob said he's got perfect environment for the pawpaws to grow wild by the river. I thought they were more like a southern tree, like southern Alabama, southern. I was gonna say southern Arkansas, but I mean lower than that, like southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, northern Florida kind of tree. But I know nothing about them, so obviously I'm showing it right now.
Right. Well, I mean, I've seen them mainly in Kentucky, Tennessee, on the videos where they were showing the how they were. Most like Rob described were by a riverbed or whatever else, and they're all kind of like in that same type of environment, like he's describing.
That might be good here. There's lots of trees all over the place, so that would provide shade for them so they wouldn't be all lighted out. There's tons of water around, but I wonder if they want like good water because we get like swamp water. There's water, but it's not that good. But I'd plant some of those things.
Jared's saying his dog would rather lick him.
Yeah, not mine. Luckily, she wants to lick herself, so have at it, little girl. Yeah, that would be yeah, that would be good here then. They're doing good growing under other trees. There are plenty of other trees around here blocking out the sun. And it's not bad now, but wait until, spring actually kicks in. Every single leaf on every tree will just pop off.
Yeah, and Matt's saying that they're mainly in the central eastern U.S. Also, you can message KSU Pawpaw on Facebook, and they'll give you 10 pawpaw seeds. Uh, Blumberg saying, "Yep, the deer are the main competitors or competition on getting fruit. It's a short harvest window, and if you don't hit it on time, they're gone." Well, too bad. Does deer season and pawpaw season go along? Because then you can fix that problem. Get rid of the competitor, and then you could go and you can make some more Crimson Blaze jerky and send some my way.
And it's a twofer. Then you can have some, you can get some pawpaws while you're there because they're already ripe because the deer are going after them. And then you got a deer and make jerky, and then you can make hot sauce to eat with the deer steak.
Okay.
They turn quick. What about, what if can you freeze them? I know a lot of things don't take to freezing, but if you could do that, that would be pretty good. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe dehydrate? I don't know. If they're like banana-like, I'm sure a banana is not good when you dehydrate it. I've had those like banana chip things, and those are not good. I know everybody likes them, but ugh.
Not everybody.
Everybody I'm around, they're always like, "Oh, you don't like them? Save them for me." I'm like, absolutely, have them. They're good. Like when you have a big thing of trail mix or whatever, they're good to eat like 2 or 3. But after that, heck with that.
Matt's saying they're like usually good for like 48 hours after picked. And then Jared's saying eat the deer first.
Yeah, guess so. Fruit of chance. I don't know if that would be good. Plantain chips with salsa. Yeah. I'm not gonna knock it because I'm sure that's probably actually pretty good. Pawpaw flavored deer with pawpaw hot sauce. Yeah, I don't know. Custardy banana texture. I don't think that goes well with freezing. It could, but my first reaction is I don't think it would. Yep. There you go, Matt. Be the first one. Jump on the pawpaw hot sauce thing.
The only thing is that I think Blumberg can probably do it faster.
Well, maybe not if snow's coming his way. It might ruin the pawpaw crop this year.
I doubt it. They're used to that
Yeah.
area, I guarantee you.
Yeah, I don't like banana chips, but dried mangoes, absolutely. The like dried apricots, craisins, like all those other ones, absolutely. But dried bananas, nah, I don't like that. I don't know
All
why.
right. All right, Russ, I'm intrigued. What's your next challenge?
Yeah. Sweet. We're gonna know soon because the items are in transit.
What can we expect on your next challenge?
Cross between melon, cantaloupe, and banana. Okay. Yeah, I'll go for that. I don't really like cantaloupe. I like banana. I like melons. But yeah, I'll go for it.
Yeah, I like melons too. All types of melons.
Yeah, not just watermelon. Watermelon's probably my least favorite melon.
Yep.
Well, now that I said that, I don't think I can name another melon. But yeah, yeah, I like other melons too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Beatty, if you're not already subscribed to Russ, man, maybe you should go back and check out him. What was it with the Moab bar with him and the one chip challenge? Him with the wings. Oh man, Russ has some good videos.
And see, the thing is also, Blumberg, is that if you make a pawpaw batch of hot sauce, I would charge more because they're so rare and limited. It's
Yeah,
like, maybe, yeah, like Matt was saying, I dare you to find somebody else is going to use pawpaws in a hot sauce. Can you find a pawpaw? I mean, that's going to be the first thing. And can you pick it in within 48 hours and make the sauce?
yeah. I never heard of a pawpaw until last year.
Hell, I didn't hear it until a few weeks ago until Blumberg and put it on one of the chats.
Milk and banana. I'll try. Yeah, I guess it would have to be a limited batch. Like if you have to pick them within 48 hours, I'm sure that sauce is not going to last that long. Beady Beats is just now finding out about pawpaws. Yeah, I want some pawpaw seeds. Look at that. Rob's starting a business right now.
Yep,
What?
pawpaw.
You guys want pawpaws? Yeah, I'll hook you up on pawpaw seeds.
So, what did you do today, Rob? Well, let's see. First, started out the day with the most important thing. Went and caught a couple bass and
Oh,
some crappie, and then I was like, yeah, caught enough fish for the day. Kind of just went down by the riverbed and picked some pawpaws before I went home, and yep, that sounds like a Rob day.
look, Matt said just looked up pawpaw hot sauce. Martha Stewart has a recipe out. Aw, snap. Dag on Martha Stewart.
Yeah, but I bet you hers isn't as good as some of the guys on Pepper Lovers can make.
Yep. I bet hers like, oh, jalapenos or like some serranos or something like that. But
Shit, I
you
want to know what the hell it is.
go
I
on
want
PLC and it's gonna be like Bohemian Goat or it's gonna
to
be like sweet
know.
pepper or
Yeah, I bet she never even heard of that. Even if she is Martha Stewart, it's the Brazilian brain strain.
ugh.
I'm
Yeah.
joking with you. I'm just messing with you. I know that's your pepper.
Oh man, brings back bad memories. And Matt, yeah, Papa's and morels can bring good money, I imagine. Yeah, morel mushrooms will bring you a ton of money. My dad had a bunch of friends that's what they would do for the springtime. They go turkey hunting in the spring, and they would go out there and just pick morel mushrooms all day long, and they would have like gallon baggies and baggies and baggies of them. And I forget who they were selling them to, like local restaurants or something, but there was people buying.
So here's her recipe: 3 carrots peeled, one choco or chayote. I don't know if I said that right. One medium cucumber. That's a no for me. I don't like cucumbers. Peeled and seeded. 6 Scotch bonnets. Boy, that fooled me. I thought she wasn't going to put anything halfway serious, but she put in Scotch bonnets. So there you go, Martha Stewart. That's a +1 for you on that one. One small pawpaw or a papaya if you can't have access to pawpaw.
Ah, sell out.
Yeah, I know. Teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of brown sugar, third a cup of white vinegar, three cut quarter cups of water. And that's her recipe.
And you said carrots?
Carrots, yeah, a lot of people use carrots as fillers in sauces, and also for flavor and stuff. But a lot of people use carrots.
I've had them in what that Dave's Insanity sauce, like Caribbean whatever blend that I had.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't like the sauce, but if you put it on chicken, then cook it, it was amazing. But cook your chicken, then put it on, I didn't like it. Yeah. Um, I imagine that's probably like a week or two behind Pennsylvania, but yeah. Well, no, I imagine, I don't know, somewhere around right now. Or no, I think it was like somewhere in April until sometime in May for Pennsylvania spring turkey. But that was the optimal time to go looking for morel mushrooms. And we would find a ton of them too.
Man, no, guys, you're still going. Said that the last time, and uh, suddenly Rob appeared.
Nah, he's out getting lit and not driving, everybody. He's got a designated driver for like the 2 blocks.
That's cool.
I like the workout of trying to walk the 2 blocks, but eh. Getting a ride's cool too.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure you can make a better batch than Martha Stewart Blumberg. And the carrots aren't bad. You can throw them in there. You'll still make it better. Um,
I'm pretty sure she probably used papaya. If she put that in parentheses, I'm pretty sure that's probably what she used.
yep. Yeah, you can use pawpaws or papaya like I did.
Let me go to a video clip of someone picking a pawpaw from one of the riverbed areas in Kentucky or Tennessee. Now that's what a pawpaw is supposed to look like. Of course, fortunately, I don't have access to pawpaws, so I'm using papaya. And to add to it in the sauce, I'm using carrots.
BD, usually I have a new method I'm going to try this year is just freezing them, and that way I can make sauces or powders. But straight a powder or cook with them.
I
But
freeze on mine.
yeah, I'm gonna do that this year because I've found that I'm like, oh, I'll just set it on the counter, it'll be fine. And like 5 days later, it's starting to turn. And I'm like, oh, why didn't I just freeze it? So I think this year I'm just gonna freeze it and then determine after it's already frozen what I'm gonna do with it.
Yep.
That way I don't, wait too long because that's usually like it's on the counter too long. All right, we'll cut it in half, throw it in a dehydrator, and there's its fate.
Yeah. Don't even think about it. Just pop them in there.
That's what I'm gonna do
That's
this year.
what I do is I wash them. I get a good scrubbing on them. A lot of times I use that vegetable cleaner that you get at the store. I don't know if you know, or you can use vinegar or whatever you want to do to wash them off. I cut the tops off of them.
Oh, the very top, the like stem and all.
Yep. Well, for two reasons. I mean, one, you cut down on the with the space and everything, and they fit more in a bag. The other thing is you look and you see if you have any peppers that may have been rotten or anything on the top. So you see, I mean, you don't want to have that if you don't want to keep it frozen if it's a bad pepper.
Good point. Yeah, I love blackberries too, Rob. I actually have a bush in the backyard, and it has a bunch of leaves all over it too. So hopefully, I'm gonna get something this year. Pawpaws in the Hamptons are stuck up. I'm sure everything in the Hamptons are stuck up.
And then the only thing about going about just instantly freeze them and stuff, it changes when you want to sell the single flat rate boxes. So then you got to throw that up there for on the Pepper Lover Marketplace or whatever. You're doing pepper sales. Then of course you wouldn't instantly freeze them. You would hopefully start putting them in boxes and tagging them and all that fun stuff.
Imagine Rob would have wild blackberries. Uh, but it took me so long to actually get to that because I was thinking, like, how come we don't have wild blackberries around here? Like where I grew up, there was wild raspberries, wild blackberries, all the different berries all over the place. There'd be like a giant patch of them with like bunnies, nesting underneath of some of them, and like one corner would have like a hornet nest or whatever, and or ground bees or whatever. But yeah, down here, no. I found there was when we moved in, there was a great grapevine right over here, and my parents cut that down because they didn't like the dead tree it was on, hanging on. And where the heck was that? No, it was yeah, at my parents' house. They also had a wild grapevine. There's ones where they're like the purple grapes, but they're full of seeds. So like you take the thing and you like kind of like just hold the skin and kind of like pull down on it, and like all the inside would just kind of shoot out, and you just do that right into your mouth, and you kind of suck on it until all the seeds are like out, and then you just spit all the seeds out.
Yeah, Peter Stanley does that. BD. He does the vacuum seal. I don't have a vacuum sealer, or I'd be doing it.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot too. But like you said, I don't have a vacuum sealer. We can close this up if you want, Charles.
I'm getting tired.
I know you've done 3 hours more of live streams than I have this week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mainly tired from just working. It's, I mean, not the at home um, stuff. Looking at Blumberg's picture of his cookies.
What, hot cookies.
Chips Ahoy, Choco Chunky cookies with spice on.
I'm telling you, man, there's like a marketable idea here somewhere. Like making fudge, making chocolates, making cookies or something like that, all with like super hot powders in them. And it's all for like, I can't stop eating cookies. I just love cookies, or I can't stop eating chocolate, and you just market it to them. Just be like, all right, here, I'm going to get you off of chocolate. This is the only kind of chocolate you're allowed to eat. And they eat one piece and they're like, what the heck? My mouth is on fire for like half the day. And they just complain about it so much. They're like, okay, fine, fine. I'm done with chocolate. Then they move on to like liquor.
Yeah.
There you go. Oatmeal raisin cookie. I haven't had one of those in like 25 years. Oatmeal raisin cookie with cayenne would be good. Dang, Jared. How many of those IPAs have you had?
He was drinking Jack and Coke.
Ah, that'll do it.
I think I'm about done for tonight. We
Yeah,
could we could talk about pawpaws and other things on the next one of the next live streams. It's a very interesting fruit.
yeah. I gotta look them up, check them out. I heard about them, but I never actually saw one, so gotta check them out. But we're trying to hang out long enough, man. Like seeing if Rob would actually come back into the live stream, but
Yeah,
or
I guess
complain.
he's partying too much tonight.
Yeah,
Um,
or ask like, you're still going? But
yeah, but we're almost made it 4 hours, so did a good job there. So we'll do the outro. I'm Charles P, as you might have known from all the different areas I'm in: YouTube, Google Plus, um, I'm on, of course, PLC and Google Plus community. Let's see, have three of the sauces still available if anybody's interested. The Orange Bucking Baja, which Rev did a review on today. He managed to spill a couple ounces. Um, I have the Strawberry Fury and the Beauregard's Inferno. So I do have those available. So if anybody's interested, just message me. And that about do it for today.
yeah, and if you want those sauces, go check them out on the Pepper Lovers Marketplace. And like Charles said, I put out the Orange Bucking Baja today, and I'll have the other two that he mentioned, the Strawberry Fury and the Beauregard's Inferno, popping out here very shortly. So stay
And I'll
tuned.
remind Rev that there's Seven Pot Lava, Butch T's Scorpion, and Devil's Heart in the Strawberry Fury. And then Beauregard's has chocolate Trinidad Scorpions. Uh, see what else do I put in? Reapers and chocolate Reaper, chocolate Carolina Reapers.
Ah, man. Yep. I figured they would be fun.
So yeah, they got a little kick to them. But yeah, Night Russ, waiting for your next challenge. It'll be interesting to see. And make sure, hopefully, Barbie's included.
Yeah, not too long. Whatever it is in transit. So too much longer. Sweet. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. B Beats, Russ, Matt, uh, Blumberg, everybody else that was out there. Rob Z, somewhere out there. If you see him out there on the streets, make sure he gets home safe. Yeah. Anyway, that was it, man. We were here and we were live. You guys hung out. It was great. And catch y'all in the next live stream. So
Later, guys.
see ya.